What's good, everyone? This is your boy DJ's Raw Uncut Truth. Give you that raw content that you deservedly need. And I got my brother from another mother, Revolution Radio. Shout out to the fam, my bro.
What's going on, everybody? We about to rock it.
No doubt. I had to talk about this, man. Tonight's game was pathetic by the Hornets. Not only did you have LaMelo Ball playing his style, having fun, being a dog on that court, but they took the fun away from the brother. He scored 13 points in 15 minutes. He had a stretch where he scored 9 points in 5 minutes. And for some reason, some effing reason, James Borrego thinks his organization is the Spurs, the Lakers, and other great teams. It was embarrassing. What do you think about that, brother?
Man, look, I took the liberty to do some research, man, because, I mean, it was stressing me out the way that went. Melo came in the game. I knew it was a different Melo we was getting tonight. First time he touched the ball, he came down, shot a three from the top of the key, and Del Curry was up there. Well, I don't think that's the kind of shot you want your rookie taking. Next time down, Melo had a pick and roll. He turned that corner, went right to the rack. I'm like, oh, man, it's cooking. It's going to be a great night. You know what I'm saying? Went to the free throw line, hit 1 out of 2, came back down, hit a layup, hit a 3, hit another 3. I'm like, oh, my God, yo, this is the Melo Ball that I'm used to seeing. Next thing I know, the buzzer go off, Melo coming out the game. I mean, I couldn't believe it, man. But I said, okay, all right, maybe he's just saving him for the stretch in the second quarter. I'm trying to be optimistic. So next time Melo gets in the game, Melo gets he comes off a pick, he shoots a floater, and then he gets his steal, and he dunks the ball. Timeout. Take Melo out the game again. I don't even see any jubilation from the rest of the team when Melo started getting off. The only person that I see that seems excited when Melo getting off is Miles Bridges, man. What we got to discuss tonight is a crime, DJ. We got a crime on our hands, man. Like Anthony Edwards, and he had a hell of a game. He was trending on Twitter. They was talking about how Anthony Edwards scored 9 points in 8 minutes of play. I'm thinking, shit, well, Melo, he scored 9 in 5 minutes of play. You know, but he just doesn't have that flow. And I'm about to pass it right to you, DJ, but I told you I did the research. Tyrese Halliburton, 26 minutes. Killian Hayes, over 20 minutes. Anthony Edwards, 17 minutes. Every rookie that played tonight, Cole Anthony, 17 minutes. Every rookie that played tonight, regardless of draft status, when they went in the draft, they had more minutes than Melo. What's going on, brother?
It's a travesty and it's ego. What did I say? When I made my video that LaMelo was froze out, a lot of shines were telling me, oh, DJ, you're making it up, or this is not happening. They care about LaMelo. That's not the case. There's a hidden agenda, obviously. I went on Instagram, and there was a guy that said, I'm not the biggest fan of the Ball family and not the biggest fan of LaMelo, but he shouldn't be benched for being the only bright spot of the team besides Miles Bridges. A hater said this about LaMelo. That's when you know it's wrong. Something is just not right, man. And I'm one of those people. I gotta be, when something's not good on my spirit and my conscience, that's when you know things are not going right. And I just pray that LaMelo Ball can rise above this dark cloud the Hornets got him into. I wish this on no young player. I don't even wish this on the worst type of person I root against. What's happening to LaMelo Ball It's a travesty. You don't take players off the court when they're putting in work. James Borrego was rewarding ain't shit effort. Devontae Graham played 30 plus minutes, but he shot horrible. He played 30 plus freaking minutes, but shot horrible. So is this the example the Hornets want to make? By benching LaMelo Ball, a brother who has shot efficiently in this game. He took it to the rack. He was a bright spot for his team. Even when he was on the bench, did you see LaMelo Ball motivating his teammates, clapping, being a good sport when a lot of players in this situation would have pouted? This is just not right, brother. And I'm glad that we're talking about this and calling this bullshit out.
I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. And shout out to the chat, man. They got the correct minutes for Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards had 22 minutes. Cole Anthony, 17. Killian Hayes, over 20 minutes. And Tyrese Halliburton, who didn't do nothing, who was trash tonight, had 26 minutes. Unless I'm tripping, he was drafted like 13th or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Cole Anthony, 15th. Like, I look, man, I keep reiterating it. I'm going to sound like a broken record because I want to go on record as being one of the ones that said it from the jump. When the Charlotte Hornets drafted him, I did not share the optimism that everybody else had. I did not share it, and it was because of this. If we just looking at the game, and we not get caught up in our feelings, Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham are liabilities all over the court. On defense, everyone has their way with them. All of y'all talking about Terry Rozier is a good defender, stop playing, man. Y'all better listen to Russell Westbrook, what he said about Patrick Beverley. Just because you breathing on a man 94 feet down the court, and then he still gets to the bucket on you, that don't mean you playing defense, fam. I saw that happen to Terry Rozier several times tonight. I saw Devontae Graham. They were going off a top pick just to get Devontae Graham. Then they would miss the shot, get the rebound because he's so short, and put it off the glass right over him. Like, these guys are liabilities all over the court. Another myth, it's time to kill, man. We got to kill some myths tonight. Another myth that it's time to kill. I heard somebody say on this channel the other night, they was like, the Charlotte Hornets have the talent. Man, they look like a college team, man. They ain't got no talent. They ain't got no talent, man. They don't have no talent, man. Devontae Graham needs to be the 7th or 8th guy off the bench. He's not better than Nate Robinson was in his prime. So y'all stop kidding yourself. And it was hard for Nate Robinson to keep a starting job because of his height, even though he was ultra athletic. Because of his height on contending teams, he came off the bench. Devontae Graham is a liability. Terry Rozier just wants to score. Gordon Hayward is 2 to 3. He's 2 to 3 years from being out of his prime. He's really a third, maybe fourth option on a contending team. Like, this team does not have the talent that y'all are saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, the center position is a joke. Melo could have had 6 or 7 assists. Biyombo can't hit a shot. You know, PJ Washington is out of shit. Yo, this team is a train wreck, man. Like, DJ, I don't know how else to say it. That's what makes it so bad. If Melo was on the Lakers, you would be like, okay, 15 minutes. Hey, look, bruh, they just won the championship. You know what I mean? They got a winning DNA. They can teach you how to win. You got to earn it. Man, what you earning on a lottery team that's about to get the number 1 pick?
Talk to him, brother.
Bro,
Talk
the
to him,
Hornets
man.
are going to mess around and get the number 1 pick. And I'm going to tell y'all, for all of y'all that be in DJ's chat section, all of y'all to be on Twitter capping and scared to tell the truth, next year, if they get the number 1 pick and they draft Cade Cunningham, watch how quick they get rid of Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham. Watch what I tell you. So if they could do that for Cade Cunningham, And I'm trying to give y'all a lesson in basketball and front office politics. If they do it for Cade Cunningham and they didn't do it for LaMelo, they don't really believe in Melo. And y'all probably say, I'm saying this game too, because you can already see the trends. If you lose to the OKC Thunder and the Cleveland Cavaliers back to back, you in trouble. What you think, DJ?
Yeah, they're in serious trouble, my brother. And we try to tell y'all, man, something wasn't right with this team. I was looking at the interviews. Mitch Kupchak kept talking about earning and this and that. And I don't really see that much of rhetoric being spewed for number 3 overall picks. Revolution Radio, have you heard of that happening to recent number 3 overalls?
Never
Because
enlightened.
I've never heard it that much as I heard Mitch Kupchak said it. They're trying to ruin his mental capacity. I always said the one thing that makes LaMelo special, and this is not cap, this is not, bumping up LaMelo Ball's aura. This is real. The swagger he has on the court, the one ability that LaMelo has that a lot of players these age do not have. He is unconscious to an extent, and when he's on that mode, he goes out of his way to light up the court. This is the ability you saw. But due to the ignorance and the buffoonish ways of James Borrego in management, it's not just James Borrego. I'm letting y'all know. I think it's a mixture of him playing his favorites. I'm tired of seeing the damn Martin twins playing on the court. You might as well put Jello in the court. That's how bad they've been. I mean, and I'm tired of the politicking going on. They're making Luke Walton look good with this situation. You know it's bad when they're making Luke Walton look good. It's just a travesty, my brother, man. But this is the reason why my channel exists. A lot of people today was telling me to hold back, man. Don't go too raw today. Nah, I'm going all the way raw in this topic. I'm unfiltered today because this shit got to be said. What the Hornets are doing to LaMelo, they're trying to ruin his career. Yeah, I said it. The Charlotte Hornets are trying to ruin LaMelo's career. Everyone's seeing it. So it's not like I'm making it up.
Even if I'm reading the chat, even if Terry Rozier is on the trade block, that sounds good, man. That sounds great. But what you don't want to do is damage a young player coming into the league. That's why it doesn't happen often, because you're trying to build those guys' confidence. That's why James Wiseman was in the game playing against trash players game 1. It wasn't about who he was scoring against to them. It was about building his confidence and showing he could score on an NBA basketball court. That's why so many fans and so many people are starting to say, it don't matter what the score is. You got to start getting LaMelo reps. What good is trading Terry Rozier, and it doesn't happen to a month or two down the road, and now the kid's confidence is damaged and his whole rookie season is going out the way. Then you go and draft somebody like Cade Cunningham, because they're going to be near the top to do that. And Cade Cunningham comes out because he's an older guy. His body's more developed. Cade Cunningham comes in, guns blazing, and now you have the same thing that you got with Terry Rozier, Devontae Graham, and LaMelo. You got the same problem with who bringing the ball up the court. That's not what you do, man. When you drafted somebody number 3 overall, you're starting to mold your franchise in their image. You at least give them the chance to put their DNA on the team to see what you got. But you're not even giving yourself a chance to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not playing the kid. Like, it's really hard to gauge what LaMelo is. What I know that he is what I said the whole time and what DJ been saying the whole time. He's a dog. He's a streaky shooter. For y'all that think he can't shoot, you didn't watch LaMelo play. Melo will have a string of games where he'll hit 4 to 5 threes back to back. And if he had 20 of those out of 70 games and the rest are average games, bro, look, Melo's going to get a reputation. That's what happens with scorers. With streaky scorers that can rattle off points the way Melo rattles off, People are going to be excited and they're going to want to see this kid play. And the problem with the rotation that's going on right now is not just that he's taking them out of games. He's taking them out of games, which makes no sense. The man that hit 2 threes back to back, and the next time down, you take him out the game. That's not strategy. That's not watching minutes. That's trying to protect the egos on the team. And DJ been teaching about these egos since the season.
Yes, my brother. And I want to say shout out to the brother FIL Sports Debate. I dropped the link and I only want him to join as well as Mr. Jones. For now, I may open up the chat. True the King is in there. I would like True the King to join. Also, if anybody else joins the chat, the rule is everyone is muted. You must look at who's not muted to see who's going to talk first. So we're going to do it like that. But shout out to FYS Sports Debate. The reason why I like his channel is because he's objective. Even if you agree or disagree, he's always about the common sense of basketball and sports in general. So shout out to him. I just sent the link. So those are the brothers I want on this panel. Mr. Jones, True the King, FYS Sports Debate, Hoop Jargon. Those are the only 4 until further notice, unless they don't want to join, of course, or they're busy. But yeah, we're gonna keep it popping tonight, man. This conversation is definitely needed. All right, we got Lakers for the win. What do you think about today's game, brother?
I'm looking for my mic so you can hear me a lot better. So just try to bear with me, but I'm gonna still talk, bro. When you're dealing with somebody that young, you got to understand how fragile the ego is, and for Mike to do this shit, because at the end of the day, he say it's his team. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the way I look at it, when you just paid my man all that money, he just broke his hand. Right now, your main objective is to be getting LaMelo off, and you're not doing it. You're not doing it, and it makes no sense to me. The main objective should be making sure that LaMelo get a chance to do what he can do and show you what he can do. But it's like in my heart, I feel like because of his father saying that shit about how he should start and all that, it's one of them pissing contests. Where you feel like that, well, I ain't gonna even play him as much. I'm gonna pull him out the game. You ain't got time for that shit right now. We've been waiting for you to do something for the last 13, 14 years, and every year from not getting Kevin Durant to going past Brandon Roy. Man, it's been good people after good people that you done passed on, and the team been like shit for the last 14 years. And you done had these weird-ass coaches, weird-ass staff, and it's getting to the point now, man, where now you got somebody that can do something, and you're not even playing them. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, that was real, my brother. What you think, FIL Sports Debate?
Hold on, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Weird. All right. So the thing is this right here. What's going on with LaMelo is, for one, the NBA is politics, and the politics is not going against LaMelo right now. It's actually going in his favor if you understand the NBA game. So the fact that they're not featuring him as much right now, the fact that they're running the offense catered towards featuring Terry Rozier as a primary scorer. We saw that in the first game when he dropped 42. That when I seen that, that was an indication to me that, and I already been knowing this, that he's on the trade block. He's been on the trade block since last year. He lost all his value because he was playing so poorly. So no teams gave decent offers for him, at least for the money that he's making. So now they have to make him look like he's worth the money for some team. They're looking to get lengthier. They're looking for a wing. They're looking for another big because Cody Zeller's not going to be there for long. He's probably going to get moved on to a contending team. So they got a couple guys on the trade block. But the only way you can move these guys is if you feature them. And I'll give you an example of the reverse happening. If you guys remember with Gilbert Arenas, before he was traded to the Wizards. Uh, he played so well that the team had to bench him because they knew going into his contract year, if he exceeded a certain number of points or if he got named to a certain team, he could ask for an exorbitant amount of money. So it happens in the reverse as well. You can play so well for some bad teams that they'll eventually bench you so that you don't so you're not too expensive for them to keep. So this is the game. This is the politics of the league with LaMelo Ball. They know what they got in LaMelo Ball. This is not no sabotage. It's only 2 games into the NBA season. And the fact that they're featuring Terry Rozier, it's just an indication that he's on his way out. He's on his way out. Everybody in the NBA knows that LaMelo is the point guard of the future for the Charlotte Hornets. They've had this conversation with him behind closed doors. He knows exactly what's going on. Why do y'all think LeVar Ball came out and laid fire to Charlotte for not starting him like he normally would? Because he normally would have. Normally he would have been outspoken about this. It's been conversations about this. Conversations have been had already. He knows what's going on. I'm not worried about it, but yeah, maybe it'll take Terry Rozier or Devontae Graham actually getting traded for y'all to come to that realization. But you're not going to see the real Charlotte Hornets team until next year, because the team that they have out there right now, they got to lay foundation to get the players that they need. They're not playing for the lottery. They're not playing they're not doing that. What they're doing is they're just laying the groundwork so they can move guys to put the pieces in place so they can have a solid team going into next year. That's all.
Yeah, that's some lot of solid points right there. I ain't go. I mean, you're right. I mean, I think Terry Rozier even knows it too. I mean, he knows he know how to get. He knows what business is. You know what I mean? He been traded before, so it's like he knows what's going on himself. So that's why. I mean, that's why if you just thinking about it, he had positive things to say about Lamelo when he got drafted. So even Terry, he knows what's going on, and he knows that he's on a trade block, of course, and he knows. I mean, so I guess it's all basically waiting on what moves can they make to make that team better, if and when exactly Lamelo going to be features that guard. You know what I mean? If they, on that team, if they're going to be Devontae Graham or they're going to be Terry Rozier or both, they could trade both. I mean, I don't. I mean, who knows?
No, it's just gonna be one. I'm gonna tell y'all one more thing as far as Terry Rozier goes. You gotta remember he had no trade value last year. He had no
Right.
trade value going into the summer. The trade packages that teams were coming to them with were didn't equate. It didn't equate. It didn't add up. You got to think they had a lot of stuff to do. First, they had to figure out how to get rid of Nicholas Batum. They took care of that. All right. Now they got to figure out. Now they got to figure out how to how to get rid of Cody Zeller. All right. That's the next move. Next thing they got to do is how we gonna get rid of Terry Rozier. They got to figure this out, and then not just get rid of these guys. How we gonna get something back that's comparable, that's actually gonna make the team better going forward in the future. So the only way they can do that is by putting these. You cannot trade Terry Rozier if you don't play him. He's not going to gain any trade value if you don't play him. You have to
That's
play
true.
him. You have to feature an offense towards him. And uh, once you start to do that, he'll gain trade value. That 42-point game helped immensely. Now teams are looking. Can he follow it up with some more 20-point games? He's going to be out of there.
Orango is
I
costing
gotta say
Jordan
this,
team
and
dollars.
after I say what I say, we're gonna go with Revolution Radio, then Mr. Jones. I get your point, FY Sports Debate, as well as True the King. Here's my point. You could still give Terry Rozier enough minutes, but give LaMelo at least 25 minutes. I think that's doable. Like, this coach is playing the Martin twins, who are slouches on the court. Um, LaMelo Ball got it going. He got him in a bench. He's playing them quarterly. There's no flow. We're not, the average fan of LaMelo Ball is not even, they're being sensible. They're saying at least 25 minutes. Like, I would love for whole starter minutes, but I know that's not going to happen. But you can't at least play them 20 plus minutes, mid 20s, low 20s. You got them playing 15 minutes a game. And I'm worried about if that's going to hinder LaMelo Ball's growth. What you think about Revolution Radio?
I mean, the brother had a wonderful analysis, but I ain't buying it, bro. I'm not buying it. The Clippers already wanted Terry Rozier. It was the Charlotte Hornets that turned them down. I understand what you're saying. The pieces that they're not gonna get. I hear all that, bro. It's the Charlotte Hornets, bro. They're not winning none in the next 4 to 5 years. And with the guy coming from Australia that you didn't see play regular high school ball, you didn't see play college D1 ball. It's already a stigma about the Ball family when it comes to their players not being able to shoot. And you're already saying yourself that he's not going to be a premier scorer. And just like you just said, it's game 2. So there's no way to know that. We don't know what Melo's going to be. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what he's going to be. When he was at Chino Hills, they were saying he was a shot chucker. Now they're saying he's a playmaker. He's a passer. They don't know what this kid is. So anybody that's drafted somebody number 3 and you're not giving them a chance to prove themselves, I don't care what your master plan is with Terry Rozier. It doesn't make sense. Because if you do that with Terry Rozier and you don't know what you got in Melo, and Melo ends up being a bust, you wasted a number 3 pick. But I'm not thinking they're going to do that. I'm thinking, look, once you see yourself lose to the Thunder and you see yourself lose to the Cavs, and I know the Cavs are 2-0 right now, but you see yourself lose to the Cavs the way they lost to the Cavs, and this guy's not getting the minutes, people in your front office are going to start thinking about where you're going to be picking next year. They get paid big money to start thinking about where you're going to be picking next year. And if you got an opportunity, you got a kid that you really don't know what you got in him, and you got a guy that's supposed to be a sure thing like Cade Cunningham, bro, they're going to draft Cade Cunningham, bro. You know what I'm saying? And all we're saying, not even just as Melo fans, Alonzo fans, or Ball fans, or just fans of basketball, the Charlotte Hornets is not giving anyone anything to be excited about since Zoe and Grandmama and maybe Kimball. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, if you got a chance to capitalize off excitement, you're not going to win anyway. You talking about building pieces. What building pieces? PJ Washington is 6'6", playing the center right now. Out of shape, not looking good. Miles Bridges is he's probably been the most solid player throughout preseason, and he's coming off the bench. Malik Monk doesn't even look like he's taking basketball serious right now. So the whole team pretty much is a wash. So what you should be trying to do is earn dollars. We talking about Michael Jordan. This dude has never been no good owner. Mitch Kupchak. I'm a Lakers fan. Bro, he's the guy that gave us the Luol Deng contract. So I don't think we should overanalyze this. It's the number 3 pick, man. Let the guy play. And when he's hitting back-to-back threes, you want to see what's going on. Now, if you're saying they're not playing him because of Terry Rozier's contract and because Devontae Graham's emo feelings, then we can have a conversation because that's really what's going on. It's really what's going on. And because of LeVar, and LeVar did already come out and say something about Melo should be starting. And because of this perception in the NBA already about the Ball family, about LaMelo not having to earn anything. You know, that's the only way they're getting away with this.
That's the talk of, see, because my perspective is not coming from a fan's perspective, because I even saw the same thing happen with our team here in Phoenix last year when I'm scouting for Phoenix. I saw the same exact thing, how they featured Kelly Oubre just to trade him. Everybody knew, and I've been saying this for the last year, that Kelly Oubre is gone. I've been saying this way before he got traded. I said that he's not staying on the roster. They featured him. He averaged 18 points a game last year. Why did they run so many plays, and why did they run so many sets through Kelly Oubre? Right? Because they knew they had Cam Johnson on the bench, and we had Mikal Bridges, right? And these are the two wings of the future for this team. They feature Oubre just to move him. They knew months ago that they were getting Chris Paul. This Chris Paul plan didn't just unfold in a week or so. No, Chris Paul had, as soon as the season ended, he had been reached out to the Phoenix Suns. He had been, because Monty Williams was there. They got a close relationship. He liked their offense. He already had been having talks with Devin Booker. This is how teams do business. So this is why I don't panic when I see stuff like that. The first thing I said when I saw LaMelo coming off the bench, I said Terry Rozier is getting traded. That's the first thing I said. There's no way. If you start LaMelo, that means you plan on keeping Terry Rozier as a sixth man. And if you look at some of the other guys on that team, right? If you look at the guys on that team, I told you they need a big. Cody Zeller's not going to be there when the season ends. He's not going to be there. He's on the trade block as well. All right, Malik Monk, they've been trying to move him. If it wasn't for his drug problems, he wouldn't be so hard to move. All right, but now he has to shake that persona, but they're not going to play him because they want to move him, but he has a bad rap on his jacket right now. All right, Gordon Hayward, yeah, he got hurt, but he's part of their future. It's unfortunate, y'all don't want to believe, but both of the twins, both of them are actually solid players. They're a part of the future. All right. And that's just how it is right now. But they got to shake the bad contracts, and they're not playing for this year. They're using this year to set themselves up for the future, which is smart. And it's going to start by putting yourself in a position to capitalize off getting maximum value for Terry Rozier because you gave him all that money. This is just how it works, man. You cannot panic just because you see something you don't like. It's always a means to an end. And when you got a guy like Mitch Kupchak in there, you can say all the negative stuff you want about him. The man is a great executive. He's a great GM.
Man,
and
Kupchak ain't been a great GM in 20 years, man.
Yeah, to a fan.
No, this is clear.
You're a fan. You're talking
bro,
like a fan when you say that.
The Lakers were a train wreck
I'm telling
after Mitch Kupchak.
You can say
that's not a fan.
I'm telling you right now. You can say that no, the Lakers organization was a train wreck because of the buses. Until they got their act together, everything beneath that was going to be a train wreck. That wasn't Mitch Kupchak.
Bro, you are the only person on earth that says Mitch Kupchak.
That's because I don't look at it. That's because I don't look at it from a fan's perspective.
I'm not looking.
I'm looking at it from the other side because I used to be on that side where I used to be a fan, and then I got to the other side, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's why this happens. Okay, oh, that's why this happens. That's why y'all do things this way. I'm not looking at it from a fan perspective. I'm looking at it from a whole different perspective now. So when I see it, I'm looking at the long-term goal. LaMelo Ball will be starting by the time the year starts, by after the trade deadline, or when they get rid of Terry Rozier. But he's only starting right now, and they're only featuring him in the offense to trade him. That's period. And once he's gone, LaMelo will be starting. All right. But this year's a wash anyway. They don't have a roster that can be competitive. They got too many holes. The only way they can fill those holes is to put guys in a position so they can trade them and start because they're looking to try to get Clint Capella, who's already disgruntled. He don't want to be in Atlanta. That's who they have their eye on. How can they go get a guy like Clint Capella if they don't start featuring some of these players, making them look better than what they actually are?
All right, I'm gonna have Mr. Jones. I'm gonna let him speak. After he's done speaking, I'm gonna let you two brothers, Revolution Radio and FYS Sports, cook on it. But it's been respectful. I appreciate that. So, what you think, Mr. Jones, about LaMelo's game?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh yes, we hear you, brother.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I actually like with the two brothers going back and forth. Revolutionary Radio had a lot of good points. And from my perspective, I think sometimes the GMs overanalyze things. If you look at what the Philadelphia 76ers did with the whole tanking thing, has that been successful for the last 3 or 4 years? The answer would be kind of no. Yeah, you got Joel Embiid, you got Ben Simmons, but you just pretty much underachieved for the last 3 or 4 years. So if I look at the Charlotte Hornets, who look like this year's a wash, and they're potentially going to take for Kay Cunningham, what kind of culture are you creating for the Hornets? Not creating a very good culture. And I really think the GMs are overanalyzing what you're doing with LaMelo Ball. I'm hearing a lot of talk or seeing a lot of talk like everybody on this chat about LaMelo has to earn minutes. Like Revolutionary Radio said, what the hell is he earning on a lottery team? It's not like he got drafted to the Clippers. It's not like he got drafted to the Lakers. You got drafted to the damn Hornets. When you're playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, when you're playing the OKC Thunder, these are teams that you're supposed to wash. Why are you supposed to wash them? You pay Gordon Hayward $120 million. Who on the Cleveland Cavaliers or the OKC Thunder is supposedly better than Gordon Hayward? What's his name? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? I mean, that game was supposed to be in the bag. They were up by 11 points. I don't know if anybody saw it. They were up by 11 points. As soon as they sit LaMelo down, what happens? Devontae Graham turns the ball over twice. And I'm just sitting there like, how's he still getting rewarded for minutes? It literally just didn't make any sense. And the last play that I had to turn the game off and go finish painting my house, I don't know if you guys caught it, but it was a play at the end of the third quarter or fourth quarter where P.J. Washington had the ball. brought the ball up, literally looked at LaMelo on the wing, and I think Bismack was like, yo, pass the ball to LaMelo. He literally waved LaMelo off, drove to the basket, took a bad layup, damn near airballed the layup. And I'm just like, did he just literally wave LaMelo off to airball a layup? The very next play, LaMelo passes up on an open three-pointer, kicks it out to PJ Washington, gets him an open three-pointer. Then he's subbed out, and we don't see him for the rest of the game. That whole sequence blew my mind. And that's how the games is going to go. They're going to be lucky to win 15 games for the whole season. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Like, just didn't make any sense.
What you saying would make sense if the Hornets were tanking. They're just a bad team right now. There's a difference between intentionally tanking, like we knew the Sixers were intentionally tanking, and just being a bad team. Right now, they have a roster full of guys where a lot of them don't need to be there. Right now, this is how you repair your team. See, they're in the process of repairing a broken roster. You don't repair a broken roster by just throwing your number 3 draft pick out there with a whole bunch of guys that ain't going to be there by the end of the season anyway and say, oh, win this game because this might be a close game. No, this is, again, the politics of the NBA will kick in at that point in time because you cannot look for this year. At best, they can hope for a 7 or 8 seed if things work out perfectly, at best. At worst, yeah, they'll be back in the lottery, but that's what happens when you're trying to repair a broken roster in the NBA. You don't win games. You lose games that you should probably win. The roster is broken. That's all.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Have to beat the Cavs. Those are winnable games. That like the Cavs.
You can say that all you want. Yeah, it's a winnable game, but they also playing other NBA players on the other side too. You know, and with some of these rosters, some of these starting lineups, like OKC is a better team right now. Like as much as you don't want, if you look at their starting lineup, if you look at their starting lineup compared to what Charlotte has, they're a better team. They might not have better players. They are a better team. There's a big difference right there.
FYF, can I ask a question real quick?
120 pounds, getting 20 minutes tonight for the Thunder, bro. Like the Thunder is not a better team. Like, come on, like, okay, hold on. Let me address some of the points the brother made real quick, and I'm gonna throw whoever said.
Before you say that, I want to say something real quick. Go ahead, brother. Hey, FYF, this my thing, man. We watched Mark Jackson take Golden State from the gutter in 2 or 3 years, all the way to the top. We watched it.
No, Mark Jackson didn't do that. That's not Mark Jackson. That's from the top down. That starts from the top down. See, the only way.
Who was the coach that trained them boys?
No, it wasn't the coach because first, coaches don't train people. Player development personnel, they do that.
I'm talking about the point guard Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson didn't. He coaches them. He don't train people. He don't coach. He don't train no. So when you see players get better, that happens because of guys like Phil Handy and Rico Hines with Sacramento. That's why those are guys giving them their credit, but let's not give it to
Mark Jackson is a better coach than what's over in Charlotte right now. That's my bottom line.
No,
man.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna tell you, but see, y'all see a lot of people look at Mark Jackson and they saw the growth and development of Steph Curry and the growth of development of that team, and everybody says, "Oh, that's because of Mark Jackson." But y'all forget about all of this, the great assistants on that team. Y'all forget about all the great player development coaches that they had over there. Y'all forget about all of them. Now, and they remove Mark Jackson and bring in Steve Kerr. What do? They instantly start winning championships. All right. So the way it looks to me, it looks like Mark Jackson was the problem. See, I'm not looking at it like a fan. I'm looking at it like I'm like. We wonder why these guys got better. See, a lot of people didn't even know Steve Nash was working as a volunteer with the Golden State Warriors all them years, and this is why you had all those guys getting better, as far as shooting the ball, being able to come off the bench and do different things like that. But now it gets unveiled this year. He was working with Golden State the whole time. That's how he developed that relationship with Kevin Durant.
See, Revolution. I'm gonna let you jump right back in this. My thing, all I'm saying is I didn't watch Jordan for the last 13, 14 years, try to get this team together, and year after year, he always rebuilding. Every year, some go crazy. I feel like he like the owner of Dallas. I feel like the same way Dallas.
When did Mitch Kupchak get there? Last year, right?
No, it's been 3 years.
It's been 3 years.
Yeah, because
It
Rob was
takes
there.
time, and it's a process. It's not an easy process, but they had it down. They had it down the right path.
All right, hold on. Let me get some bars off because DJ said he was gonna throw it back over here. Look, going back to what you said, bro. Look, I think it's 32 teams in the league. We're not gonna pretend like every GM is good. We're not gonna pretend like just because you're saying you ain't talking like a fan in the front office. Some of these front offices are trash, bro. Like you brought up the Suns. If you would have been developing those guys last year instead of giving those minutes to Kelly Oubre, when you get an older Chris Paul like you got right now, you might actually have a shot in the playoffs. We have a saying that we normally say on DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, which is trash organizations do trash things. You're not going to sell any of us on the Charlotte Hornets making this turnaround, bro. You're not. Just like it's a show improved league, they're a show improved front office. All of this eloquent stuff you're talking about the front office. Look, I was watching Mark Cuban on First Take. He's an NBA owner for the Dallas Mavericks. Everyone knows him. He was saying front offices have the game messed up. It's not about big markets anymore. It's not about big TV dollars anymore. It's about social media following. And what the Charlotte Hornets are doing right now, front office, coaching, whatever you want to call it, they're dropping the bag. Because all me and DJ are saying is, you're saying all of this about Terry Rozier and featuring Terry Rozier, and nobody's fooled by that because you're going to see. It's not about if you have to. It doesn't matter because you're going to have
to trade him.
Hold on, let me finish. You said what you had to
Go
say.
ahead. You're right.
Last year, Terry Rozier had 40-point games. Then he came back with games like tonight where he gets exposed on defense and doesn't have as many points. And he has a high shot percentage where he's shooting the ball a lot. You see what I'm saying? So you're not fooling anybody with Terry Rozier. You know what I mean? So say you're trying to do that. So all of the young Instagram fans that don't even really watch basketball and all of the Twitter traffic that you're getting that's coming there for LaMelo, if you sit there and do the same thing you did with Lonzo and damage his confidence, and that number 3 draft pick that's worth millions and millions of dollars more, you never got the confidence. You just said, okay, after the trade deadline, we're going to start playing them. But we all know LaMelo took a different route to the league. So he needs minutes on the court. If he doesn't pan out, first thing they're going to do is they're going to fire James Borrego. The next draft, Cade Cunningham goes in. If you know what I'm saying, if they're still not winning, Mixed Cup checks the next to go. And then the next year it'll be Melo. That's what front offices do. They never fess up and say we suck. So you know what I'm saying? You keep saying like we're looking from a fan's perspective. It's not a fan's perspective, it's common sense. You got a cash cow right here. You need to see what you got right now, and don't worry about Terry Rozier. If you want to feature Terry Rozier, cool. Put Melo in the starting lineup. Put Terry Rozier at the 2 because that's what he wants to play. And then if Melo is not doing what you think he should be doing this time next year, you go with what seems to be everyone's consensus number 1 draft pick, which is Cade Cunningham. And maybe you can package Terry Rozier and LaMelo Ball. And we've seen things happen like this after people's first season if they come out like a bust. We saying we don't even know what we got in Melo because you're not playing them on a team that's a lottery team. And to me, that just doesn't make sense.
Hold on. And you don't know what they have as a fan, or are you saying the team don't know what they have?
No, you keep throwing in fan. I don't know why you keep.
I'm just saying because
if you watch basketball, you're a fan too.
What I'm saying is this: we act like they don't know what they have.
They don't know. He hasn't played. He hasn't played an NBA season. You don't know what they have.
Let me give you this. When you don't draft LaMelo and say we instantly gonna get better this year, and you draft them. This is a long-term project, and it starts with LaMelo. And the first thing they got to do is when you look at a guy like Terry Rozier is making $18 million. Right? That's so what
bad contract, mixed cup.
Hold on. What I'm saying is this. All right. It was a bad move for them. And actually it wasn't a bad move. They had to get rid of Kemba. He's too injury prone. And he was requesting too much money, so you have to get rid of Kemba. You see what he's doing with the Celtics.
Look at who they picked up for $100 million. That's more injury.
Hold on. I'm just talking about Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier in a situation right now where you have to get rid of $18 million off your salary. You have to get rid of that. So the only way you get rid of a guy that's making $18 million a year is you feature him. So I don't. So y'all can act as if oh sit him on the bench. No, you at the end of the day you can't do that, or you'll end up doing what happened with Nicholas Batum. You have to waive him, and you'll have to extend his money out into the future, and you still have that money on your books. So what I'm saying is you got to feature him. I don't care if it looks good to us. I don't care if it looks good to fans. You have to feature him so you can move him. Get that money. They're already one of the few teams under the salary cap. Look at the amount of money they have left. We already saw with Gordon Hayward. They're willing to go out and overpay to get good players. Imagine if they can go out. Imagine if they can move Terry Rozier and get a guy like Clint Capella. They need a salary. Imagine if they stay under the cap and they can go bring in another high value or high dollar a free agent to put alongside LaMelo. Then we talking about a different scenario going into the 2020-21 season. And it's a different team. But to play for this year, like you're developing them this year. One thing you develop them and you don't want them to get hurt. So he's still learning. Y'all got to think he had no summer league. He had no preseason. He had no real preseason. So there's a lot of games that he should have already played. He probably don't even know the offense fully, y'all. He probably don't even know the offense fully. This man had what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks to get ready for the NBA. Most rookies got summer league, then they got preseason. They got months to prepare. This man ain't even had he ain't even had a full month to prepare for NBA basketball. Y'all saying throw him out there and just throw him into the fire like that? He ain't even ready. Come on, man. It's
Well,
it's bigger than that.
we just named 7 other rookies who got more minutes than Melo that was drafted after
Yeah,
Melo.
but they're in a different situation because those teams don't have players they need to feature and get rid of. Get
Bro,
off that
every team
roster.
in the league got a player they trying to feature and
Name
get
one.
rid of, man.
Name one.
Stop playing.
Name
Also,
then name another. Now hold
the
on. No.
reason why.
You
Hold on,
can't say that.
I
You
can
can't
Also,
say
I
that and
can
then
name
not
one
name
right
another
now.
team.
the
The
Cleveland
Lakers and
Cavaliers.
Lakers and
Hold on.
Kuzma.
No, the Lakers are cool. They're not trying to move Kuzma.
That's
They
why they
just
gave him that
re-signed him.
contract. That's why they
No, they
The
gave
gave
him
him
that
that
Cavaliers
contract
contract.
is
because they
trying
want
to
to
move
keep him.
Andre Drummond.
They gave him that contract because they want to keep
They
him.
finna move him.
Yeah, they want to
Okay,
move
Hey,
him.
let me make this point real quick.
that's a
And
lie. They're
this
not
is a
trading
good
Kuzma.
discussion.
Yeah.
Let me make this point real quick. And after I make this point, I'm gonna let the brother True the King talk because he hasn't been able to talk. I will say this. I get your point, FIS sports debate on needing to trade Terry Rozier. We could all agree with that. But my question is, what does this have to do with LaMelo only playing 15 minutes per game? Devontae Graham is taking most of his minutes. So we're at least as fans, because we're fans of the sport, at least not asking the question, why is LaMelo Ball not playing enough? If he's on fire like this, now I understand if he was stinking it up, but if he's on fire like this, you gotta let him roll. If he was playing more in this game, the Hornets would have won. What do you think, True the King?
Yeah, I mean, now in that instance, if he probably would have played, probably would have won. But at the same time, I don't feel like they rebuilding. I look at it like this: to be like Lamont said, they hadn't had no training camp, they had no summer league, so it's like a lot of these rookies don't really know the plays like that. A lot of these rookies don't know. Like even if you look at Anthony Edwards, he's not starting right now. Everybody thought he was going to be a starter, but he's not. So it's like it's not Lamelo's not. He's not the only one in his predict like and Lamelo's not the only like high pick that's been in this type of situation before. You know what I mean? And it's like so they in a situation where they try to rebuild and they try to trade some pieces again get better. I mean, and then the money aspect of it, or you play him because you know what I mean he's big money. Like I mean right now there's no fans in arenas and people still gonna watch him regardless because it's LaMelo Ball. As long as he's playing, people gonna be watching and be intrigued of him. People still gonna be talking about TV, so they still gonna get traction regardless.
Right.
Like even when he had 0 points, he had 0 points. People were still gonna be talking about him. Like people gonna still watch the game because they intrigued of LaMelo or what he's gonna do. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's not gonna hurt anything. You know, I don't. I mean, they like I said, they Lamont said, like I think they just really try to rebuild and try to fix their team up to build around Lamelo. You know what I mean? So like they featuring Terry Rozier. Like you said, if you notice, Terry Rozier taking the most shots on the team. They let him get the green light, and you notice certain players like Gordon Hayward. You don't see Gordon Hayward complaining because he probably know the play too. Mind you, like Gordon Hayward, that was a left. That kind of went left field a bit when Gordon Hayward signed with Charlotte, in a sense, because they probably told him the same thing they told Melo. Listen, I think you won't. I don't think Gore Hayes wants to play with Terry Rozier. He already dealt. He kind of dealt with that when he was on the Celtics.
All right.
Thank you.
So they already told him, listen, we going Terry Rozier. He probably gonna be out of here. And plus, we gonna give you the bag.
But that's why I got a problem with, man. That's a lot of money to get him when he like.
Sometimes you gotta overpay people.
The last 5 years he been hurt at least 2.5 years.
Right, but at the same time, you sometimes you gotta overpay people because we can't forget you gotta spend a certain amount of money every year anyway.
Nah,
But
they
like
overpaid because nobody want to come down there. That's why
But
they
like
overpaid.
Charlotte.
But like Revolution Radio said, trash teams do trash stuff.
I mean, bro, I'm really trying to understand who y'all trying to fool with this Charlotte Hornets game, bro. Like nobody's coming to Charlotte, fam. That's why they.
But they gotta try to do something. But here's the thing. But you gotta try to do something. You can't just not try to do something.
You do, bro. I agree. You do gotta try to do something. That's why you drafted LaMelo Ball. Also, just like Lonzo's father said, Lonzo is damaged goods because of the first 2 or 3 years in the league. Bro, if you think the casual fan is still going to have
that's not what he was saying. You took that way out of context. That's not what he said.
I know what he was saying. I know what he's saying.
That's not what he was saying.
I'm using it as a metaphor.
Yeah.
I know what he was saying. And all I'm saying
he did not call them damaged goods. He was making it. He was insinuating that he was not calling them.
I'm not talking about what was insinuating. I'm talking about what we can go on YouTube and look up. But with that being said, if you think the casual fan is going to continue to watch Charlotte Hornets basketball to see Melo play 10 minutes, that's not going to happen, bro. Why would you ever diminish something that you can continuously get value off of? What y'all saying is not making sense, bro.
He's not ready. He's not ready.
About being ready. And once again, you keep making these prophecies, but like you said, it's 2 games. And in the sample size we saw him play against Cleveland, he scored 0 points. We saw him get hot tonight and get taken out of the games. Both of the times he got hot. So we can't say what we have in LaMelo Ball. And like I just said, you have other rookies on other teams who are part of the same draft class that didn't have a training camp, that didn't have a preseason, and are getting more minutes.
Okay, but they all look just as bad. Yeah, they're struggling. Like I said, look at
a chance to struggle.
James Wiseman. He's been thrust into the starting lineup because he has to, because they really don't have any other centers on that team, and he looks terrible until the end of the game when they put in the garbage players.
He looked terrible that first game, but last game he looked pretty decent.
And James Wiseman looks like he don't know what's going on sometimes. He looks like he don't even know the plays. Same thing with Anthony Edwards. No, but rookies understand the playbook a little bit better when they have a full summer league and preseason to go through. Not 2 weeks.
You keep
dealing with a lot of challenges though.
This for everybody in the chat room. I remember
somebody got some feedback though.
I remember the Charlotte Hornets passing up on KD and Brandon Roy. Who else can y'all remember them passing up on?
They passed up a lot of people. But
I know.
But now they trying to fix that.
But how are they fixing it when they pick them up and then they don't even play them?
Y'all make it seem like he's like LaMelo is the only situation in NBA history that he's been in this situation. Like we've seen highly touted players get in the draft and be in the same type of situation. Where they gotta learn.
Tell me another year where there was the season started in December. There was no summer league and no real preseason.
Now, bro, you keep saying that, but like we keep asking y'all the question. Yeah,
man, you act like that don't matter. That matters, bro.
We didn't say anything about matter. We're going off sample size and other rookies in the same draft class that's playing more minutes. And like y'all said, they're playing a lot trash, but they're trying to get them ready to play in the NBA. They're getting their minutes.
Who are you talking about? So we can look at their situation, put it in context.
We can go through several situations.
Okay, name one. I didn't.
No, I'm not gonna name one for Detroit. I'm not gonna name one. I'm gonna name many. Tyrese Halliburton. Isaac.
He's coming off the bench. We
didn't say anything about coming off the bench. Man. We said getting more minutes. We said
there's different situations. Okay, who's in front of Isaac Okoro that the Cavs need to get rid of. The only player that's on the trade block over there is Andre Drummond, and they
Bro,
might
they
mess
don't
around
have
and
to
keep
get
him.
rid of Graham. They don't have to get rid of Graham. They don't have to
Well,
get rid of
I
Graham.
didn't say Graham was on the trade block. I
Okay,
said
so
Terry
why can't
Rozier
Melo
was.
play in the minutes that Graham is getting? Why they can't split those minutes?
Oh my God. Boy,
Is he on the trade block too?
Man,
Hey,
y'all,
Revolution
man.
Radio. I gotta say this, man. I want to stick to this topic here, right? Both things could work. You can still showcase Terry Rozier and up LaMelo's minutes to 25. You gotta have trial by fire. You like the song say, through the wire, through the fire. And that's what you got to do with these young players, man. Look at Trae Young. Trae Young's rookie year. It was horrible the first half, right? But once he went through the trial by fire, he became the Trae Young that you see today. So it's a gamble, but it's definitely worth it. And I think two things could coexist. You can have Terry Rozier you could squeeze out 20 plus minutes from LaMelo, and while
he hasn't had a summer league though, DJ. No summer league or preseason.
I understand that, brother. And I made a
do y'all
video.
know how important it is? You think they would spend millions on summer league? They spend millions and millions of dollars to have summer league because it don't mean anything. It means something. It means a lot. These players, these rookies, a lot of them ain't ready. They gave them 2 weeks to get ready for a real NBA season. They not ready.
Some of them haven't played ball since last winter. Like literally.
Let's be real. Let's be real about it. LaMelo ain't played real basketball in over a year. And then you tell him in 2 weeks be ready for an NBA game. He ain't had no summer league. Like Anthony Edwards most number one picks start right out the gate. The man's coming off the bench. Not because he's not good, because man ain't ready for a real NBA season. He will be starting by the end of the year.
Man's got 20.
And he looks good when he's out there. But he's not going to play 35 minutes a game.
It's hard to play 25 minutes because realistically, like it's hard for him to play 25 minutes when you legit playing behind Graham.
Man, this ain't a construction job.
And then you got Gordon Hayward to 3. So if you want to try to play like a small lineup, it's still hard to play 25 minutes. It still be hard just because how the team is constructed. Maybe he gonna be games where he gonna play 25. I'm not. I mean, he gonna have games where he plays like the minutes you see now. These first 2 games, he may have games where he do play. You know what I mean, come off the bench. I mean, it's only 2 games. You know what I mean, but the plan is.
But brothers, what about
said,
all we're asking is 10 more minutes? It's not gonna hurt. Terry Rozier can still get 30 minutes. The other backups may not play as much, but it just you gotta let these kids grow. That's just my opinion about it. You know, at the end of the day,
they is growing though. Even the fact that they out there, I mean,
what about the 3-minute on again, off again cutoff periods? That's not going to help him out. So he plays 15 minutes, right? But each quarter, they're taking him out. If you're going to play him 15 minutes, at least play him 8 minutes every time.
DJ,
what's up, brother?
Do you honestly believe that LaMelo Ball has a firm grasp, especially as a point guard, on the full playbook of the Charlotte Hornets?
No, just like any other rookie that's starting and putting
no.
Stats.
But DJ, any other rookie usually has a full summer league and preseason to learn it, not 2 weeks.
Brother, I agree with you on that part. I made videos about how important this year for learning for rookies are. It's tough. It's a COVID year, but I do agree, brother. I agree on that aspect, and I wasn't tripping off that he wasn't starting automatically. There's a reason for that. My thing is a game like tonight, because I'm talking about tonight's game and probably the whole season in general. When you need to win a game and you have a rookie that's on fire, you do what Minnesota did with Anthony Edwards tonight. You let him cook. You let him make a statement. Can you imagine if LaMelo played 20 plus minutes in this game? Can you imagine what he would average? This kid has been dealing with hate since he stepped into the league, even before it. And to have a game that can boost his confidence, you got people making fun of his shot. You got people making fun of, of everything in this game. For him to rise above the hate and to make his stamp will be momentous, but that didn't happen. James Borrego took that moment away from him. And that's just what I think. He took that.
Two games into his NBA career where he hasn't really played any real NBA basketball, and you guys are tripping on him getting 15 minutes. That's
And he still
sad.
he still
No,
scored
that's
13.
not that's
If
not
if
that's not
I'm
But
what
if
he's
here's the
I'm
thing.
saying.
Hold
sad.
up.
Hold on.
He still
Let
scored
DJ
13 points in
finish. Let
15. He
DJ
still
finish.
scored
'Cause
13 in 15 minutes
I
though.
don't think
So
he
it's not that
understood what he
bad.
was saying. Hey DJ, can you say that one more time? Bring that back, man. DJ, bring that back.
Okay.
What you just said. Say it
After I
again.
say this, yeah, you guys made great points, but I had to say this: any rookie, not just LaMelo. Let's just take our mind off LaMelo. Any rookie in this situation, right? If they're cooking like that, you let them roll to build their confidence. You see what Minnesota did when Anthony Edwards was cooking? They're like, man, we trying to win the game. They put Anthony Edwards in more minutes. He played 20 plus minutes. This is what winning teams do. The Timberwolves are trying to win. They're in
They're
a
not a
tough
winning team. You said
No, they're
winning. You said
trying to
winning
win.
team.
You got to
They're not trying
build
to
winning
win though.
habits.
Stop it,
You
man.
got to
They
build
don't.
winning habits.
Minnesota don't have no winning habits.
They're
You
trying to
talking
build
about?
it. I never called them a winner.
You're
I
not
said they're
hearing
trying to
them. You're
build
not
winning.
hearing them.
But they in a different situation. But they in a different situation where you have Carvey Towns, you got D'Lo. That's a different situation.
But bro, what he's saying
Hornets
that he
are
ain't talking
legit trying
about
to rebuild.
he ain't talking about situation. What DJ saying right now is when you got a young person and they in there doing what they do, and you got a chance for him to win the game and build up his confidence, let it happen.
His
To,
confidence already
to,
there.
to
Listen, the
piggyback,
man had
Bro,
zero. The man had 0
but
points.
what
The
they
man.
Let me ask
that's
you a
what
question.
knocking confidence down happens. So he
No,
didn't
it
have that
don't.
tonight.
Hold on.
That man had lost his
Let me ask
confidence.
a question, True the King. Let me ask a question. So do y'all think it helped Isaac Okoro's confidence today to play 42 minutes, go 0-4 from the field, 0-3 at 3-point line, 0 points, and do nothing positive on the court?
That's not what happened tonight, though.
100%.
That's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Let me
Not
ask you
with
this.
him, not
Let
with
me ask
LaMelo.
100%. I think it helped his confidence because the first game he had a better showing, and the next game he has an off.
Stop it, man.
And you know what that lets him know? That he can make mistakes on the court, and
And
he's
the
not
coach gonna keep him in.
going to be pulled. And as far as the Timberwolves, man, the Timberwolves have a much better team, and showing that Anthony Edwards is getting more minutes on a much better team is not helping y'all argument.
and
Anthony Edwards don't have anybody in front of him that they need to get rid of either. They just need to get his conditioning right and get him ready to go for full NBA action.
We've already fixed
He's
that
good.
situation. Like we said, we just split up Graham's minutes, and like I said,
Come on, man.
I'm not buying the Terry Rozier. You getting this super value for Terry
Ain't
Rozier.
nobody believing in no Terry Rozier.
They don't believe. Hold
guard.
on, they don't believe in Terry Rozier.
And
That's
they
why
not.
they. So you're saying they're not gonna trade him?
No, they might try to trade him.
That's
No, they might
What I'm
trade him,
saying,
but the
what I'm
value.
Hold on.
no,
What you
what I,
mean?
hold on. Let me
He's
tell
been
you
on
what
the
I'm
trade
saying.
block since
I
last year,
didn't say
y'all.
that.
I've seen
I
it
didn't
on.
say
I've
they're not
seen it
gonna
on trade
trade him.
reports.
I think they're gonna try to trade him.
He's on the trade block.
What I'm trying to say to you is, we know that you can't pour syrup on shit and make it pancakes. We know what he is.
Yeah, people go
Hold
yo.
on. Let me ask you a question.
We know, but ain't
Do
nobody
you
buying
think?
that road. Ain't
Hold
nobody,
on.
bro.
Do you think a team like Golden State that's struggling to score right now?
Hell no, they gonna get
Hold
Harden.
on.
They gonna go get Harden.
No, stop it. You listening to Ticket too much. You say that
Yo,
dumb
chill
shit.
out.
Stop it, bro. Stop it.
Listen to
Don't
me,
hold on.
Wait,
bro.
yo,
I'm just
Listen
saying,
to me.
don't say
chill out.
nonsense, bro.
Chill out.
Don't say
Chill out.
nonsense. Expecting
y'all,
not to.
man.
Okay,
Man, we
Come
ain't
on,
gonna
man.
bring
let's
that
leave
up
that
in
name
count.
alone. I don't even like
No,
that name.
I'm saying that's complete nonsense to say he's going to the Warriors. Quit, like that's nonsense.
No, I'm not saying the
come on, man.
Warriors. I'm just saying if
That's
somebody gonna
not.
go do something, go do
Yeah,
something.
come on, man.
Ain't
That's
nobody,
nonsense.
brother.
Hey, brothers.
Name me 2 teams that Rozier can go to right now that might
Lakers
pick him.
win.
My bad. What's up?
No. This is a great conversation. I want Son of Jones to speak because he hasn't spoke as much.
Most up.
What you think so far in this conversation, brother?
Well, I was about to jump in and piggyback off your point that you brought up about letting a rookie roll. Do you guys remember Zion Williamson's game last year, his first game, when he was on minutes restriction? And this goes straight to DJ's point. He was on minutes restriction because of his weight and being out of shape. Y'all remember when he hit them 4 3
because he's
pointers?
coming back from injury.
Either way, it still goes to the point I'm about to make. After the game, when he rattled off about 17 points and those certain amount of minutes, what did the coach say in the post game, if y'all can remember? He was like, man, he was on minutes restriction, but he was hot and rolling. I just couldn't take him out. Like, I had to let him cook. This dude was rattling 3-pointers. I'd have looked like a fool if I would have pulled him out. So going back to DJ's point.
They pulled him and they lost the game. What are you talking about?
You should.
That's the point.
You should have
No, the
left him
point
in.
is
That's what we saying about this. What we say about
no.
Melo.
The point is, y'all
He
worried
was
about one
cooking.
game over the future. See,
No,
the
we
future.
worried
See,
about his confidence, bro.
no, hold on. His confidence looks just fine to me. He dropped 32 the other night. What are y'all talking about? His confidence is fine, even though they've been pulling him and playing funny with his minutes.
After he averaged 28 points a game.
Stop it, man. Stop it. The man's fine. His confidence looked just fine, even after having shaky and weird minutes last year. So let's not act like it really affects these young guys when they know what's going on.
Lamar,
Zion got hurt.
You know what's funny? Not funny, but just like I'm worried about it, and I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Why was LaMelo Ball looking back at his coach every time he takes him out of the bench? You don't think that affects his confidence?
Facts.
Now I'm worried about it.
It
I'm
affects
worried about
every.
You don't know the plays.
It affects every look. It affects
He's
everybody
gonna
that's
get
been through
on
it.
the shot. You know how these young players get.
No,
man.
DJ, it don't work. Like, look, he LaMelo's the kind of guy we know he wants to be in there 35, 40 minutes. He wants to play the whole game if he can. He's not used to coming out. He's not used to that. He's used to staying in and cooking. But the thing is, that's if y'all looking for him to stay in just to win one game, that's a short-term accomplishment. The long-term accomplishment is to feature Terry Rozier, stick to the plan, get rid of him, and then we try to work around the pieces that we know are going to be here for the long term. Y'all looking
I'm
at
gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I'm not. If you heard me, I ain't say one thing about Charlotte winning anything. I'm not saying keep them in the game to win. It's not about that right now. It's about
y'all worried about minutes.
No, it's not about minutes. Let me finish. I don't need to tell me what it's about. I got it. You know what I'm saying? It's not about minutes. It's about seeing what you got in LaMelo Ball.
Right.
Seeing what you got in the LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges combination. That's what it's about. I don't care. I'm not talking about no minutes. I'm not talking about if they win the game or not. You got to see what you got in your number 3 draft pick. Because you're saying this about Terry Rozier. If Terry Rozier actually ends up being a player and LaMelo Ball does not pan out, then you traded another quote. Because if he's gonna get the value that you're saying, he needs to damn near be an all-star.
Terry Rozier's gonna be traded.
Another borderline all-star player for a bust at the number 3 pick.
Terry Rozier is going to get traded.
I'm not saying if he's gonna get traded, man. I just don't think it's gonna be crazy value. But I mean, y'all keep making a point about.
I know how to say it. I think I know how to say it where I can get through to him.
Go ahead.
Okay, FYI. Say you just bought a brand new Ferrari, right?
You trying to give me you can't give me an example when I work for the Suns.
I just want to ask
I work for the Suns. Y'all act like I don't know how this stuff works.
You just bought a brand new Ferrari, right? You on the Autobahn, right? Out in Europe, right? Where you can punch that bitch all the way to the floor. Or you gonna be a little bit scared to punch it, or is you gonna punch it to see what it can do?
I don't know. I'm not talking about cars, man.
I'm
I'm
not talking about cars either. I'm talking about spending money on a player.
They know what LaMelo can do.
Spending money? No, they don't. They can't, bro. They almost had a chance to find out.
They weren't drafting LaMelo when they already had guards. They didn't know what he could do. Like that don't even make any sense.
That happens all the time, and you don't know what a kid can do until you see him do it.
Until you see him do it.
Hey, this is so funny because I heard this same conversation last year when Michael Porter Jr. had a few good games, and people were like, "Oh, they should play him more," and he wasn't ready because the man couldn't guard a lick. Like it was so many flaws in Michael Porter Jr.
He ain't never gonna be ready. He don't start getting minutes.
Well, hold on. What I'm saying is there were so many flaws that nobody paid attention to that I could easily point out. But everybody was saying, "Oh, he scored. He's scoring this." But I said the man gave up 15 to 20 points. He couldn't guard a soul.
Bro,
like LaMelo, he can guard a lot better than LaMelo. Man, let's keep it real about that. Let's keep it real there.
I don't know about that.
Terry Rozier,
I don't know about that, bro.
Man, y'all was tripping, man.
Terry Rozier's barbecue chicken.
And then once
they gonna post them up, back them down, and shoot over them.
Y'all make it seem like Terry Rozier like a whole bum. He can't get no value.
Y'all gotta stop that. I ain't saying no.
I'm saying he gonna get value in the trade. Like, listen, Terry Rozier gonna get value in the trade. That's going to happen.
Ain't nobody giving.
Bro, everybody was laughing at Charlotte for playing that 18 mil, bro. Come on, man. And then this man, once again, you bringing up Denver Nuggets, man. The Denver Nuggets are a contender. You can understand Michael Porter Jr. not.
You gave up Kemba Walker.
On a contender.
You gave up.
The Charlotte Hornets are not winning nothing, bro.
Right, but let's be real. The only reason why people laugh at him because he said he was better than Kyrie Irving. That's the only reason why people laugh at him.
Bro, you gave up Kemba Walker for him, bro.
Well, okay,
Or
or you let him
work
go
out
for
for me
free.
because I'm
Kimba
a
was gonna
Celtics
leave
fan.
anyway.
Bruh, because they didn't want to give him the bag the way they gave my man the bag.
So
Just
what?
pay him.
You gonna give
I
Kimba
would
the
have
bag?
rather paid him than the dude that got the broke hand right now.
Facts.
Never.
I know
Man,
that's Michael Jordan,
Hey, tell that
man,
to the Celtics. Tell that to the Celtics right now.
real life.
we don't regret that. So I don't mean,
Man, this
we don't regret
conversation is
If
I
y'all meet
don't.
up in the playoffs, you're gonna regret it. If you got Kemba going up against Rozier, you're gonna regret it.
but
Hold
let's
on,
be real.
Kimba on the bench versus Rozier on the court. Yeah, I'll take that because Kimba ain't playing that.
Well, you
We
ain't
know
gotta
he
worry
ain't.
because they're not meeting in the playoffs no time soon.
All right, no.
But here's the
What
thing:
y'all
they
trying to
rebuild.
sell us
Listen,
on the
listen,
Hornets,
listen.
man?
They rebuild it. Listen,
Man,
listen.
they've been
They
rebuilding for a
listen.
decade
All right,
and a
listen. They
half.
get. Let's say
They've been
they
rebuilding
get
for
back.
20
Hold on.
years.
Let's say they get a
God
top 5 pick
damn.
again next year, or like a potential #1 pick,
They
whatever.
get it every year.
Hold up. Now we got there's talented people coming to draft. So now you're hoping LaMelo even more building a team around him. Let's say they get like a Cade Cunningham, a versatile player.
Well,
Now
Cade shouldn't get
it
number
all makes
15 minutes.
sense.
He got to
NBA
develop.
Bruh.
teams ain't even thinking about the draft right now. They ain't thinking about no Kate Cunningham
And,
until after the
Well,
trade
until they
deadline.
I'm
get a
just
Tripping,
coach,
man. You
until they
tripping.
get a real coach over there,
I
it's
don't know
gonna be
I'm
why
just
y'all
like
keep
this.
saying Kate Cunningham like that's the end all be all to this draft. No,
Until they get a coach. It's this
I'm
what it's
just
this
giving
what
it.
it
I'm
is.
just giving an example. I'm just giving an example of what can be in the future. I mean, I don't.
no, I know what you mean, but
But
they're not looking to the lottery, y'all. I guarantee you, this team is not looking to the lottery. They're
They,
looking to sign. They're looking to overpay some guys and get some free agents in there next year. That's what they're
You know,
looking to do.
They've been
and
looking to
I
get
gotta
they
free
say this,
agents
and
Juan.
for 19 years,
hold up.
bro. That's why they paid Gordon Hayward $120 million because nobody wants to come to Charlotte. That's why
Yeah,
you
that's what you have
featured
to
the
do.
kid with
No, you
4.5
don't.
million followers
No,
on
you don't.
Instagram, who is an influencer, so he can make the
He's
culture
only
a
played
winnable
2
culture.
games. Calm
It's not.
down. There's
We're
only
not
Bruh.
two
saying anything
You
about
games.
he
need
anything.
probably played.
real
He did.
ball.
Jeez
We're
You need
Christ.
projecting. We're
hold up.
Two
projecting
Do you
off of
games.
what
remember?
we're
Do you
seeing.
hey FYF? Do you
2
remember?
games,
Do you
y'all.
remember Iverson when he was playing in Philly and all he
Don't do
had was
that. Don't
Coach
compare.
Brown?
Oh my God. Here we go.
Don't do
Talking about
that.
Iverson now. It's
Don't
Bro, I'm
don't
completely
just
do
different.
that.
saying, bro. You need
Don't do
Now,
ballers
y'all
and a coach.
comparisons is garbage.
You
Y'all be
need
making
you
some
need
weird
you need
comparisons.
good you need
You
good
trying to sell us
ballers
on Terry Rozier
and a
and the Charlotte
coach.
Hornets?
Hold on. How am I selling you on Terry Rozier? I'm telling you what they're
You
doing. That's all.
they're gonna get
Man, well,
they're gonna get max value back in Terry
No,
Rozier.
I'm saying the only way you get max value for him, or at least the best trade scenario, is if you feature him to show teams what he can actually do. Because his trade stock went plummeted last year.
bro,
I mean,
everybody know what he can do already.
no, they don't.
Oh, he can do more than what he
And
been
because
doing.
okay, so let me ask you a question. So why right now? Why are the Golden State Warriors looking to bring Terry Rozier on with their disabled player exception in the trade?
Bro, if they bring Terry Rozier on,
They're
Yeah,
gonna
no, it's
be
not no
worse.
if. What? Hold
They're
on.
gonna be
What I'm
worse
saying
than
is,
what they are.
No,
listen.
they
What I'm
not.
saying
No,
is,
they
hold
not.
on,
They're
hold
gonna
on.
be
What I'm
worse
saying
than
is
what they
this.
are.
Listen, what I'm saying is this: teams are watching that Terry Rozier situation, and the only way you keep those eyes on him is you keep him on the court so you can finesse a trade. Again, they don't care what he does when he leaves. They need to make it look good on his way out the door.
Bro, listen to me.
Ain't no bro.
The only reason that Terry Rozier is down there is because they knew how dumb Charlotte was.
facts.
No, no,
We
that's not
got. Hold
true.
on.
It was
Y'all
a
got
sign
two
and trade.
real.
It was a sign
Now
and
hold on.
They
trade.
knew how
Hold on.
dumb Charlotte
Hold
was.
on.
It
Hold
was a
on. Hold on.
sign and trade. They got
Hold
something
on,
for
Lamar.
him, and let don't.
Hold on.
Come on,
Hold
man.
on, hold on. Y'all need to stop listen, y'all gotta stop acting like Terry Rozier can't get no type of value whatsoever. Y'all got like
He
he
But
can't.
does has
that's
a
on
resume.
him.
That's why
He
everybody
That's
has
was
how
a
he
he
been
laughing
has a
when
playing.
Charlotte was
resume.
taking him.
You
Terry
can't
Rozier has a
blame me.
resume.
That's the way he been playing. His resume
No,
look
don't
like
hold
doo-doo.
on. No, it's
Hold
not.
on.
No, it's
The
not.
man
His
dropped
resume is
42
not like
points in his
doo-doo.
first game. What are y'all talking about?
No,
Bro, it's all
He helped.
Against
He helped.
Cleveland and lost.
Hold on. He was the third best player. He was arguably the third best player when Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward got hurt. He was arguably the third best player on that playoff run. We're not doing that.
do
We
you
ain't.
know
We
why
ain't
he
gonna.
was the third best player? Do you know why he was the third best player?
What you mean? He had to step up.
Who was the
Meaning that
point
shows
guard before him that Boston just shitted on? Who was the point guard before
Isaiah
him?
Thomas.
Damn right. And
Celtics fan.
Isaiah set that shit up like that.
no. Kyrie was hurt.
Man, cut it out,
Remember,
man.
Kyrie was
Cut it
hurt,
out. I'm talking
and
about
Gordon Hayward
before
was hurt. He had to
Kyrie,
step
man.
up.
I'm
No,
talking
I'm
about
just saying
before
that his
Kyrie.
the playoff run he was a part of. He
Man,
had to
cut it off,
start it.
man.
He had a great playoff run.
He had some good players on that team that had his
So
back.
hold on. So he didn't make an impact on that playoff run. So why he got paid then? So why he got paid
Because
18
of the
million? Then?
team he was with.
No, he
He
didn't. He
got
got
paid
paid because
just
of his
like
resume.
the brother just said. He got paid because Charlotte is known for overreaching for free agents and guys that nobody else wants to pay because
pick 'em
nobody
up.
wants to play in
Hold
Charlotte,
on.
man. Like, come on.
How else is Charlotte gonna get players?
Bruh.
Agreed. And we're telling you another way Charlotte can get players. The same way Jason Williams and Chris Webber changed the culture of the
Man,
Sacramento
oh my
Kings
god.
in the late 90s. You ain't gotta hold on,
Come
y'all.
on.
I'm
Bro,
finna
we
my point.
telling you.
Just like they changed the culture of the loser teams in the
You
late
gotta go out
90s,
there and
and
ball
they made
out.
it exciting where free agents wanted to come and play there. You can have the same style with LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges. You develop your young backcourt, you see what you got. That's what you do, man. But if you thinking somebody's gonna come down there to play for a sub 500 franchise that's not in the big market, it's not Atlanta.
Hey, that Sacramento King team that
Just
you're
because
talking
Michael,
about?
just because Michael
No.
Jordan,
That Sacramento
Sacramento.
King team
man.
you talking about? How many of those players did they actually draft? They had to overpay him and sign him in free agency, right?
No, Jason
Trade.
Williams was drafted player, and he was
Okay,
the one
they
that
traded
changed.
him. Hold on.
He's
They
the one.
traded him for Mike Bibby.
He,
Mike Bibby, when they got Mike Bibby, they started winning.
When they wanted to, now you're proving my point. When they wanted to win, when they wanted to build the culture and make it exciting, they let
They
White
traded
Chocolate
him.
run wild, doing elbow passes. That's what happened. Then
Hold
when
on.
they
What did they
serious
do?
about
What did they do?
winning,
They let him do what? They put him on the court and let him do what?
Run
they
wild.
let him
Okay.
run wild.
Thank you. Thank you
And
for
I'm not
answering my
saying
question.
in a bad way.
Bro, Terry
that's what
Rozier
Terry
can't
Rozier is
run
doing.
wild.
He just scored 42 his first game. What you
my
mean? What you
God,
talking
bro,
about?
cut it
No,
off, man.
man.
You know how easy it
Oh
is to
my
score
God.
42
Man,
Don't do
on a
that. Don't
trash
do that.
team.
Oh my
On a
God. Y'all said,
trash
I told
team.
you.
Hey,
A
Lakers
trash.
Lakers
This
Bro,
dude
that's a
just said it's
trash.
easy.
Bro, the
He
team
said
is
it's easy to score
trash.
40 points.
You don't
Bro,
smell
I
it.
bet
Bro,
you
you don't
couldn't even
smell
score
it.
40 points in your
Every time,
YMCA league.
every time they
You act
play,
like
you don't smell it. I
you
smell
couldn't
that
even
shit.
you couldn't score 40 points in your
Who
backyard. You talking
can't?
about it's easy
Who
to score
can't?
in the
Who
come on, but
can't?
stop it. It
Bro,
you.
hey,
Wow.
man be
if
doing a
I'm
lot
out
of
there by myself,
prophesying.
I'll score 40.
Hey, Lakers
You
for
might
win.
struggle doing that.
What up, though? What up?
Hey,
You might struggle doing that.
I gotta say this.
What up?
I'm not going to, disrespect Terry Rozier. He's a talented player, but he's not a superstar. He's not an all-star. He's a good player.
He no type of star.
Yeah, he's a good player. But what's wrong with fans and people who love basketball? Because we're all fans of something. We're humans by nature. We're fans of anything that catches our interest. That's what being a fan is.
Right.
That's the psychology of it.
Right.
Lamont, we know you're a scout, brother. I've always given you props on your knowledge.
Real life, Lamar.
But it makes sense for fans and people who like the Hornets or like LaMelo Ball to say they are messing this thing up. It doesn't look organized. I've never seen the Hornets organization be a polished organization. So why should I think differently when they've never done it before? The proof is in the pudding. When had in the last decade the Hornets did anything great?
Decade and a half.
I can tell you.
That's even worse.
I can tell you. No, I can tell you.
I can tell you. When LeBron did that dunk and looked over at Jordan.
Look. Hey, DJ.
Yeah, what's up?
I knew things were changing in Charlotte when they found a way to get rid of Batum's contract off the books. And once they started doing that, I was like, they really trying to change everything down there because of that. And when I seen them when they made Malik Monk inactive, even though he can play right now, and Malik Monk is actually a good player. They made him inactive, and they just disabled him and just hopefully can move him in a trade.
Malik
That's when I said,
Monk's
yeah,
a good player.
yes,
We ain't doing that.
Malik Monk's a good player.
Come on.
Yes.
On what planet?
Malik Buck's a good player, y'all.
He's
I don't know what.
He's a good player. Nobody's saying he's an all-star enough.
He's a good player.
Oh
Man, y'all,
he a good player. No,
y'all
he
big
is.
tackle,
He a
man.
good player on Charlotte.
Yo, don't do that, yo. Y'all
The
wild.
man's career average is 8.3 points a game, man.
That's in the NBA.
Come
that's
on,
not
man.
bad. Coming
Come
off the
on,
bench,
man.
that's not
Y'all
bad.
just say anybody
Draymond
on any
average
team is
more.
good at this point.
Coming
Man. Come
off the
on,
bench,
man.
that's not
Don't just
bad
be
in the
saying
NBA.
stuff, man.
Hold on, you
If
saying 8
Malik Monk
points?
was a good player, he would have more trade value.
Are
Man,
you
come
saying
on. You
are
ain't
you
got to be a
saying
scout to have common sense.
are you saying 8 points a game coming off the bench ain't good?
Bro, Malik Monk was not drafted to be
I
a
asked you a question.
game player.
I said coming off the bench 8 points a game, that's not good.
Bro, Malik Monk was not
Thank
drafted
you.
to be a
The fact that you
Bro,
can't answer that
y'all
question tells
team
me
should be
everything.
better than
We're not
OKC
No,
saying we're
and
not
because things are
Cleveland.
saying
situational. Like the brother
we're
was
not
saying, that's
saying we're
8.3
not
points,
saying he's not a
which is
bust, but
terrible.
he's a good player. We're not saying he's not a bust, but he's a good
He's an
player.
average player.
He's not even.
Either way,
Come
that's
on,
like, come
man.
on, like
He's
there's a lot of
average.
average players,
He might
a
be a
lot of
little bit
average
below
players.
average, but what I'm saying to
We're
you
not.
is, it's no way that Cleveland OKC should have beat that team.
Malik Monk is better than both of the brothers, and he's not playing right now.
You
That's
talking about the
facts.
Martin twins?
Yes, he's better than
That's
most.
That
He's
ain't
facts.
better
saying
than
what?
both
You
the
got, you
twins.
got a point
No,
there.
but what I'm saying, it
Yeah, I
tells
agree
you,
with that.
it tells you the direction that they're going. Hold on, I'm saying it tells you direct. They completely they put him on the
Bruh.
bench. He's been DMPs. He's
They
gonna be a DMP until they shake him in the trade. But
they
as far, but he's an easy contract to move. Terry Rozier is not as easy. He's making $18 million a year. You got to do a little bit of finessing to move him,
bro, ain't
which means
nobody
you're gonna
Because it
have to
was a
bro,
bad
sacrifice.
contract, like my man
Hold
said. It
on,
was a
but
bad
okay,
contract.
hold on. $18 million a year in this NBA climate is not necessarily a bad contract for what Davis
that's a
Bertans is
bad
making that.
contract. He making
Hold on,
more than Kuz.
no, Davis Bertans is making that.
He making more than Kuzma. That's a
Come on,
bad
man,
contract.
let's stop it, man.
That's a
He's just
horrible
as good as
contract.
Davis Bertans. He's
Oh my
just as good
God,
as a Davis Bertans. That's
bro.
about what average players gonna start making
He
in this
making
league
more
soon.
than Montrezl Harrell. Want me to keep
But
going?
that's fine. But Montrezl Harrell,
Come
what happened?
on,
Why did he
man.
lose money?
He make
Montrezl Harrell lost
bro.
money.
He
Because the
make
narrative's in the NBA, and that's why he
No,
cooks it.
bro.
Montrezl
He
Harrell lost
making
money.
more than KCP.
Montrezl
Want
Harrell
me to keep
lost
going?
money.
Want me to keep going?
Don't
But
do
hold
that.
on.
Don't do
He
that.
hold
Don't
on.
do that.
Hold on.
Don't do that.
Terry Rozier is a better player than KCP.
Oh
So
my
I don't know why
God.
you.
Are
Are
you
you serious?
Oh my God.
Are
Y'all
you
are crazy.
serious?
This
Y'all are
boy,
crazy.
this boy on that
Lakers,
super crack.
for win. When was
Yeah, yeah.
KCP ever in
I
like?
gotta, I
He
gotta
on
agree with
that
my man.
super
Yeah, Terry
crack.
Rozier might
Don't
be
do
a
God.
that.
better
He just say he better than KCP for real.
Yes.
Yo,
Terry
yo,
Rozier's
yo,
better
yo.
than
better role
KCP.
player.
Okay, so
That's not. We're not
is he
arguing
better than
that, bro.
is he better than Schroeder?
No,
No.
He making double Schroeder.
Facts.
Okay, but here, look, the
he
thing with
ain't
Terry
making.
Bad
Rozier,
contract.
hold on, yeah, hold on. There's no such thing as a bad contract in the NBA. You get what you negotiate. He just has a good agent, so I don't want to hear him
Trash
talk.
teams do
I don't want
trash
to talk
things.
about. No, what happened was he capitalized off of great signage. The Hornets were in a situation where they couldn't let Kemba walk for nothing, so they had to get something for him. They got something for him. At least they have an asset that they can trade. So are you saying that the
To
Hornets should have
who?
just let him walk?
Bro, don't nobody want him. Some
Hold,
D
hold on,
League
hold on.
teams
Let
ain't
me
gonna
ask you a
want him.
question. Let me ask you a question. Should they just have let Kimba walk and not get nothing for him?
They'd be out the contract, right?
Don't do that.
Let me ask you. So you saying they should have just let him walk and get zero value
They
for
wouldn't
him?
have that $18 million
See,
contract he
that's
said.
what losing teams do, and that's why they
No,
didn't do
bro.
that.
It's Charlotte
Man.
Y'all the
Hornets on the
loser
Come on,
losing
man.
team.
Yo,
Y'all be
Y'all the
just saying
worst team
stuff.
in the East.
Yo,
Y'all just be
Lakers for the
saying
win.
stuff.
If you were the GM, they would have scorched. The security would have scorched you out. You talking about you would have separately let Kimber walk and
Bro.
didn't get nothing
But
for
what
it
did they
with
get
no type
for him?
of.
No,
Come on,
hold him.
dog.
Hold Kimba. Keep him.
Dog, listen. They were trying to move. Listen, they had no
Give him
choice
the
to do that,
bag
man.
that you just gave my boy with the broke hand. I ain't gonna even say his name no more.
Man, you
Get
gotta
him
spend a
that
certain amount of
bag.
money.
Gordon Hayward's a better player than Kimba right now, man.
Okay,
Let's
yeah,
stop it,
yeah,
man.
okay.
Man, come on, man.
Yeah, okay.
We
Man,
gotta wait and see that. I
Yeah,
don't think he
if
has
you
okay.
that.
say if you
I don't
saying
know
that
about
for
that now.
if you're saying that for the knee injury, then I understand what you're saying. I
No,
get what you're
y'all
Yeah, I
saying.
looking at the
agree that.
offensive side of the
If you
ball.
if
Yeah, okay.
man, bro,
I'm
Yeah,
looking at
okay
impact.
then.
somebody
I'm
said
not
this
you
in the
saying
chat.
impact.
Yeah,
Somebody
okay.
said this in the chat, and I think this is facts. Every time brothers make a point, you move the goalpost, bro. First, you was telling us that the reason why Melo can't play is because they're featuring Terry Rozier to get max earnings back from him and max players. Then you told us the Mitch
That's not
Kupchak.
what I said.
Hold on, the Luau Dean man is a great GM. Then you told us that, you know what I'm saying, Melo can't play because there was no summer league.
None of these things
and
have
all
nothing
of
to do with each other. So how is it moving the goalposts?
No,
Because none of
it started off with one simple topic, which was
but
getting
we've been
LaMelo Ball.
jumping
Hold
around
on.
all day.
No,
So what are you talking
we
about?
haven't been jumping around. You've been bringing up
Yes, we
bad
have.
metaphors. That's what it is. So,
Oh.
like I was saying, you gave
No,
us three reasons why
when
the man
y'all
couldn't
talk
play.
like fans, I have to bring
Hold
you
on,
back to earth.
bro. Look, and you talk like a scout that if you do scout, you scout for a sucky team. I mean, since you keep calling people fans,
I
like
probably
that's supposed
do.
to be some kind
I
of
probably
insult
do.
or whatever. But
It's
you're
not an
telling
insult
us
to
you
me.
about to
If
get
you want to say
maximum
that, that's
value
fine.
out of Terry Rozier.
It's very hard to
Hey,
offend me.
man, come on, man.
I'm just saying
life.
it's very DJ. You know I got thick skin. That don't offend me at all. That don't
Yeah,
offend
but
me at all.
I know, but he want to keep this shit 1,000.
You keep calling
it
people
cordial.
fans like it's an
Hold
insult.
on. Hold on. Are you saying you're not a fan? Are you not a fan?
Bro, I'm not. First off, I'm not a fan of any team. I'm observing. My eyes are seeing
Oh my,
what's on the
stop
court,
it.
and it's
You a
terrible.
fan of a
I've
team?
never
Stop
watched.
it.
I've
I'm
never
a fan
watched
of
the
a
Charlotte
team. I love the
Hornets.
Lakers.
This man just said
I've never watched
I'm
the
an
Charlotte
observer.
Hornets a day in my life.
He might be.
I'm objectively
He might
watching
be.
basketball.
It's possible. It's very
You-
possible. And I have observed that Rozier is doo-doo.
Yo, chill out.
That nigga's
Chill out.
Oh,
doo-doo.
wow, man.
Ain't nobody giving him no contract. Ain't nobody want him. The Clippers didn't even want to trade for him.
Hey, Lakers
They
for
don't
the
have
win,
enough.
man.
They had enough for him.
Huh?
Hold
No,
on,
they need a point guard.
Hey, after the first game, was y'all saying Devontae Graham should be on the bench and he should be starting because Terry Rozier had a hell of a first game? You damn sure couldn't say put him on the bench after that first game.
It's easy to score that on a trash team.
It's easy to
No,
score
it's
on a
not,
trash
dog.
team.
No,
Yes.
It
it's
is.
not. No, it's
All right,
not.
so I can put you in the
No,
league
it's not.
right now. You dropping 40.
Bruh, I'm not a professional athlete. I'm talking about a professional athlete.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Are
You're
you
a
saying I could put you on?
You're a professional
Are you saying I could put you on a
athlete.
YMCA team?
Bruh.
I could put you in a YMCA league right now. You wouldn't
Bruh,
drop
no,
10.
I'm talking about the NBA.
Y'all be
I'm talking
talking
about
like y'all can
professional-
hoop, man.
No, I'm not. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm talking
Come
about
on, man.
professional athletes on a team, and you're the point guard with the ball's in your hand the whole time.
Dog, Terry Rozier was scoring a lot of points when he was in the playoffs, dog. And, like, what are you talking about? You
Well,
make it seem like
how
NBA
far
can't
did he go?
score.
How far did he go in the playoffs? I'm
He's in
curious.
conference finals. He helped it. No, I just said he helped it. He got paid that contract for a reason.
Oh, he went
you
to
can
the
say y'all
finals?
would pay
He went to the
Eastern
finals.
Conference Finals. He went to Eastern Conference Finals.
And
He
what
went
happened?
to the Eastern Conference Finals and he
Don't
shot
do
us
that.
out
I'm
the
not going
gym.
to answer.
He did
I'm not.
everything.
And
You
what
right.
happened?
You right. But he
In
don't.
the
But
East,
hey, he
right?
stepped.
When the East was weak, right?
Don't hold on. Let's okay. They lost against LeBron. We all know that, but they weren't even
I
supposed
bet
to
you
be
they
there.
don't. I bet
Hold
you.
on.
I bet you they don't sniff the playoffs this year.
Hold up. First of all, listen. That team where Terry Rozier was on, they wasn't even supposed to even be there. So he got paid that contract because he had his level his play in Boston. That's just facts.
Man,
Like,
come on,
it
man.
is what it is.
You know who he was playing with. He was playing with some killers.
He
They
was one
made
of them
him look
killers.
good. No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
So why
Hold
you
on.
vote?
When he hit that shot on Bledsoe, that was him hitting the shot on
Exactly.
Bledsoe.
He the reason.
Y'all talking
That wasn't
about
Listen,
nobody.
one
Let's stop
shot.
it.
Y'all talking about
He's
one
the
shot.
reason why
No, he
people saying
cooked
Eric
Bledsoe
Bledsoe a
to
bum
finish that
now.
game.
He the reason why people call Eric Bledsoe a bum now, and that's a fact.
Facts.
He
That's
pushed that.
facts.
He the reason why that narrative is getting pushed now. Come on, don't do that. And then he was outplaying Ben Simmons against the Sixers.
So
Terry
what you
Rozier
tell?
was balling
So
in the playoffs.
I want to make sure we know this right now. So what you telling me right now? He better than LaMelo?
No, nobody's saying that.
No, that's what
Nobody's
I'm
saying
at. No,
that,
that's what
dude.
I'm
No,
asking.
No,
No, I'm
just because
asking.
he's
No,
playing ahead of LaMelo
I'm
doesn't mean he's better.
asking. No, I'm asking you that.
All right. I told y'all the only reason he's in the starting lineup is because they're looking to move him. If he would have been coming off the bench, that would have been the indication that they're keeping him long term. If LaMelo would have been in the starting lineup, that means they're content with Rozier and Devontae Graham, and they're looking to keep that core of guards for the future. They're not. They're not trying to keep Rozier. They're going to trade him. It's going to happen before the trade deadline. All we have to do is just sit and wait. But the only way they can move $18 million is they put him on the court and show people what $18 million can do.
And I'm trying to tell you, there ain't nobody picking up that $18 million. So
All
they
right, so
wasting their time.
so Lakers win again. Now let's bet $1,000 if they trade him.
Man, I ain't got no $1,000.
All right,
What you
come on,
talking
man.
about?
Look, I'm not making a real bet. What I'm saying
Okay,
is,
but let's bet something.
that's how
Let's
confident.
bet I gotta come on the panel and not talk the whole night or something. God damn, nigga. Why you gonna put me out there, throw me into it like that?
Look.
I'm just playing.
Nah, no, I'm just making a point that
We
he's
can,
going
but
to get
we
traded.
can't. What we can do is we can bet 100 and send it to the
No,
channel.
look,
No, let's bet
hey,
100. No, let's bet
no,
100. No,
I want to. No, before, no, we can do that. We can do
Let's bet
that.
100 and then go to the channel.
Hold on. That Terry's gonna get traded.
No, that my man averaged more points and assists and rebounds than
Oh
that
my
nigga.
God, what are you talking about?
What do you?
What do you
I just
mean?
told you.
The
You can't
points that
understand
don't.
English.
That's not what point I'm trying to make. I'm
What
saying
point you trying to make?
all I'm saying is he's not better than LaMelo. He's
Okay.
not part of the
Thank you
long
for
term.
saying that.
He's not better. He's not part of the long term future of the Charlotte Hornets.
You
The
saying
only
that
way
you saying that they want to pull some syrup on shit and sell it as pancakes.
Yo,
they
y'all
will,
gotta stop saying he
but
is though.
they will,
That's
but he's not. Well, for one, he's not that bad. Two, you have to prove to other teams he's actually worth eating that $18 million.
Give me two teams that might pick him up. Give me just two teams that might pick him up. Just two.
I know about 5 teams that are looking at him right now.
Who? You said the
You got
Warriors earlier. That's weird.
The Warriors, Utah Jazz, San Antonio Spurs. Who was the other team on that list? The Toronto Raptors was looking at him because they have no scoring behind after Fred VanVleet. And then there was another team. I thought it was the Knicks, but I saw them get taken off the list. Hold on, let me look at my synergy real quick.
Yeah, I heard about the San Antonio, Utah. Utah need more scoring, and all they'll need.
Oh, and the Milwaukee Bucks.
So
they need to come.
So we talking about 18 million, right? We talking about 18 million. So who the hell them teams gonna give up? They can match that contract.
What teams?
Are
you talking about the Spurs?
All the teams just named.
Hold on. What, the San Antonio Spurs? San Antonio Spurs.
Are they gonna give up DeRozan?
I don't think they'll give up DeRozan, but they got players that they can trade to make it happen.
Playing, bro. They're gonna have to give up like 5 players.
No, the player that the Spurs have that teams are looking at is the white dude, the center. I forgot his name. Even though he got re-signed to another contract, but he's kind of undervalued. I forget his name right now, but it's a white dude. He's a center on that team. He's actually better than what people think. I mean, they need another big. Their goal is to get another big in there. They're trying. Charlotte's looking at what's his name from the Hawks, Clint Capella. I don't know how they're going to pull that off.
They ain't getting that. You can get that up because the Hawks looking good right now. They're gonna make the playoffs.
But they're looking good without Clint Capella.
But ain't no Clint Capella for no damn Rozier. You better try to sell me something else.
Yeah, but first, a lot of these trades never head up. A lot of times you have 3 and 4 team type trades.
Bro,
y'all ain't got no other big man
though. Y'all ain't got no other big man. Why I'm gonna give you a big man for this little this?
I'm saying there's a lot of moves out there that could be made.
Thomas.
Yeah, you gotta stop.
No, he's not that, man. Come on,
man. Lakers for a win.
Thomas,
you talk to certain, listen. You talk to players and executives in the league. They're not gonna know. They're not gonna say Terry Rozier's a bum.
I didn't say a bum.
Nah, but they ain't gonna pay him 18 mil either.
Damn right.
If they was gonna do that, they would have did it.
Because they're gonna have to trade $18 million worth of players.
5 teams.
No, they don't because they're under the cap. See, the thing is, it depends on the cap numbers and the cap hit. So it depends on what team you're looking at. So if you're getting rid of, some teams they don't have to, depending on who you make the trade with.
I hear what you're saying. If they under the cap, it'll match up a little bit more. Like if they 5 or 6 million.
No, they can eat a little. They can eat a little bit more money.
Some of it, right?
Yeah, they can do a little bit more. So it just kind of depends on who they looking to get and what they.
But all I'm saying is what DJ said earlier. They need to have my man. They need to pick between Rozier and LaMelo at point and 2.
They will. It's only 2 games into the season.
There's 70 games left.
But when you in the fire and you fighting for a game, don't just take it.
Hold on, Kobe. Listen, Lakers for a win. You a Lakers fan. Kobe went through the same issue, dog. He went through almost the same exact issue.
Hold on, dude. Boy, you better not be trying to.
So Kobe. So hold on. So Kobe was automatically a starter.
Do not talk about Rozier.
I'm talking about LaMelo. I'm talking about LaMelo.
Boy, if you would have put those 2 names together, I'd have broke my TV. I swear to God.
But my whole thing is going back. My thing is like you listen. We seen Kobe in this almost a similar situation.
Yeah,
Where
shooting air
LaMelo's in
balls. I
now.
remember.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
everybody
mind
was
you,
hard on him.
and I know people won't say, well, that's different because Kobe what pick he was in the draft? Exactly. What?
13th.
But that was
Hey,
by choice. That
hey,
was
hold
by
on.
choice because,
Who's
but
spitting
that
right
was by
now? Who
choice.
talking right
Hold
now?
up, True the King. But that was
All
by
right.
choice because he didn't want to go to them other teams that was higher in the line. He didn't want to go to them teams. He said no. So that's why he fell in that late in the draft like that.
But you
But in
got to think
Kobe,
when they drafted Kobe, Jerry West even said he thought he could be the best player in the league, and they still had him coming off the bench.
exactly. So it's like listen. This is LaMelo's not in nowhere situation. So I wouldn't panic. So that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't panic right now. That's why I said before I was on a couple days ago on here on DJ. Also, they probably maybe they slowly progressing them to be. It's just they're not pushing them right away. Just because there was no regular there was no summer league and wasn't no real preseason. So it's like they slowly gonna push them into that role where they draft them. Why
Thank
the reason
you.
why they draft them.
But
They
King,
have to do it that way.
Kobe
I'm
was
not
on the team. Kobe was on
King.
the team. Oh, go ahead, my G.
King. I'm
He
not
was on. Yeah,
panicking.
say it. He
I'm
was on
not
a team with Eddie Jones, and they had to move Eddie
damn right.
Jones. So what did
Silent
they do?
assassin.
What did
When
they
you
do?
Nobody
They
thought
say
that.
played
that,
Eddie
Nobody thought that
Jones.
team would win with
Eddie
Eddie Jones.
Jones,
Nobody thought they would win a championship with
Hold
Eddie
on. Didn't
Jones.
they trade Eddie Jones
Campbell.
though? What happened when they traded Eddie Jones? They
of
started
course,
Kobe.
they traded Eddie Jones.
It's the exact same
No
situation
one
is going on
denying
right now.
they traded Eddie
Eddie
Jones.
Jones is a
Our point
motherfucker
is
too.
that was the Los Angeles Lakers, a winning franchise. And we're saying with the Charlotte Hornets, once again, we have never seen a track record ever in life where the Charlotte Hornets have maintained, sustained, or really showed us they can be successful.
No, you
Right,
said it. You said the team
right,
earlier.
but
You said the team earlier.
right.
Radio. You said it
Revolution,
earlier.
right, but
Revolution Radio.
radio.
You said it
But here's the
earlier.
thing. But here's the thing, though. Radio. Before that, the Lakers was nothing. Before that, when we like, let's be real. Like Lakers was like, it was irrelevant after the Magic era
They
to the
went to the
Lakers. They was
playoffs the year
irrelevant.
before Kobe got there, bro. That's fact.
So
They was
wasn't
no there
irrelevant.
was no champ, but they was no championship contending team though. It's
They
not
weren't the
like
Hornets. The
Tell them
Lakers ain't
again.
never been the
they
Hornets.
was they either way they wasn't winning. They wasn't winning. It wasn't. I mean, listen, it wasn't winning. So it's like, I mean, yeah, they was better than Charlotte, but still, they literally was in almost a same situation. You had Kobe. Jerry West said
Nah,
Kobe was
man.
going to be this
We
and that.
can't never say the Charlotte Hornets was in the same situation as the
I didn't
Lakers.
listen. I didn't say a same situation. They was in a similar situation. You had
FYF.
Kobe
I
Bryant.
think
Kobe
if
Bryant was
Jordan
the
wasn't
star.
on in that team, you wouldn't be talking like this.
If Jordan wasn't what?
That
If he
man
didn't
Senator
own the
Jordan
team,
all the time.
if he didn't
Don't
own
do
the team, you'll be holding that team to the fire right now. That's how I
This
feel.
ain't. But the thing is, I don't look at Jordan. I'm not looking at this as a Jordan thing. This is a team concept. See, like I just said with Kobe. Kobe came into the league. Jerry West has said, I feel Jerry West told Shaq, I think this is going to be one of the best players ever to play the game. But they brought him in and they still had him coming off the bench. A lot of people would have said, well, why don't you just throw him into the fire? Well, no, they had to get rid of some other issues on that team. They had to find a way to get rid of Eddie Jones. They don't get rid of Eddie Jones by putting him on the bench behind Kobe.
Right.
You get rid of Eddie Jones by starting him to feature him, and then now I can finesse a trade to get him up out of here. Now I can start Kobe.
Bro,
Right.
that was
Kobe
Eddie
was a
And,
That's
Jones.
exactly what they did.
That
Hey,
was
hold on,
Eddie
hold on.
we
Jones.
got to
Lakers
tell the
trying to
whole
win.
story, though. We got to tell the whole
We
story.
talking about I ain't gonna
It's the
disrespect his
same
name.
story.
You ain't win no championship, no Eddie Jones. Listen, Eddie Jones was a good player, but you ain't win no championship, no Eddie Jones. Stop it, bro. We're
Man,
not
why
doing
you
that, dog.
disrespecting Eddie, but you
No,
talking
but
about
no, he was
Jerry
a
like he
good
ain't
player. Now
out? Come
we like
on,
he
man.
was a good player, but let's be real. He got traded for a reason, man. Nick
Man,
only
Thank
got
you.
ain't
traded for a reason,
nobody
man.
Bro,
believe in
Come
no
on,
and
man. We're
scary
not doing
Terry.
that,
our
man.
point
He
starting
ain't
this off
scaring
is,
nobody.
bro, our point starting this off was hurting LaMelo's confidence. Anybody who's watched Kobe Bryant's own documentary with Spike
Oh
Lee,
my God.
he said going into the next season, because he didn't start getting to games even in the next season to the playoffs. He said his confidence was shaken. And what we're saying is, with the style of player that LaMelo is,
Hold
a
on.
creative player, a playmaker, someone who's used to having the ball in his hands.
Did
Bro,
Kobe
it's
say his
different.
confidence was shaken, or did
Different.
Spike Lee say it?
Hold on. It's different when you're on the Lakers and you have Shaq. It's different when you're on the Lakers, you got all those banners. When you're on the Charlotte Hornets and you're looking at the guys around you not producing, and you see the team is a losing organization. It's the reason why James Borregos, after every game, is having to come out now and say, yeah, I had to have a talk with Melo and tell him that we believe in him, because narratives start to creep up. And the way that LaMelo came out very aggressive tonight, Melo's trying to prove a point. You better believe his agents is telling him to go out there and prove a point.
Man, you
come
better
on, man,
listen.
it's the Charlotte Hornets.
Melo ain't had a chance to even prepare for an NBA season.
It don't matter.
It
James
don't
Harden didn't even
Yeah.
either.
Like at this
James
point,
James Harden's a
Harden,
pro.
Big
James Harden's
boy,
a
Yo, don't do that.
7 other
Big
rookies.
he's a
boy
pro.
came out here tonight.
James Harden's a pro.
Man,
He knows the NBA.
Man, cut it
He
off,
knows.
man. I'm talking basketball. Either you know
Yo, James
basketball
Harden
or
played
you
that
don't.
game.
Lakers for the
James
win.
Harden played that game for
Let me
10
make this
years.
When
point, brother.
LeBron first
Let me
came
make
in the
this
league,
point.
I'm listening.
Let me make this point. Everyone is making incredible points. Let's not forget that. But for LaMelo Ball, it's hard to blame someone that has doubt an organization that hasn't been winning anything. And knowing LaMelo Ball, knowing he needs the ball in his hand, he's not an off-ball player. He's a player that thrives off confidence. Let's say LaMelo plays 15 minutes, right? And he's stinking up the joint. What did that tell you? You put him on the bench.
No, you don't.
You put him on the bench until.
No, you don't. No, you don't. That's not how it works in the NBA.
FY, you got to let him finish.
All right, go ahead.
You don't put him on the bench the whole game, but you put him on the bench, you talk to him, and you tell him, hey, this is what you're doing wrong. And then once his head is clear, you put him right back out there. Now,
That's
this
high
game,
school. NBA
brother,
don't work like that, man.
No, that's
brother, he's a
coaching.
19-year-old kid,
That's
man.
coaching.
He's a 19-year-old kid. You got a reason with a 19-year-old
Bro,
kid. He can't
when
like a 30-year-old.
DJ, when
Yes,
LaMelo gets the starting job, when they do trade Rozier and he's starting, that man makes a few mistakes. He's not coming out the game.
Bro,
That's how
I
it works in
agree.
the NBA.
They're gonna have
Hold on,
to waive
that's how
Rozier.
this is how it works in the NBA. You gonna play through. If you're a starter, you're gonna still get your starter seat. The thing is, you go into a game in the NBA, all them players know exactly how many minutes they're gonna play. I tell everybody the first 2 quarters are scripted subs. So everybody knows when they're going to play to. They know when they're coming out in the first quarter, when they're going to get back in the second quarter. And the third and fourth quarter is kind of freestyle, depending on foul trouble. But for the most part, starters going to get their minutes in the league. Once he's a starter, he's going to get starters minutes. They don't pull you out because unless you're just doing absolutely garbage out there, which I don't see that happening with LaMelo because he's a high IQ player. He does turn the ball over sometimes, but at the end, he's still a high IQ player. That's not going to happen with your point guard. He has the highest IQ at the point guard on that team. They just have to move Terry Rozier.
FIF. I'm not disagreeing that they'll eventually move Terry Rozier. I've even made that point earlier in my videos. What I'm saying is if you were a coach and you have a player that's on fire, and you're trying to win a game, like Herm Edwards said, you play to win the game.
They just did that with Anthony Edwards, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Look, the Timberwolves got to win today. If Anthony Edwards was playing the same minutes as LaMelo Ball, the Timberwolves would not win that game today. This is an important year because the NBA season is shortened, and you got to win as much games as possible. This is no joke of a year. We all get that. So you have LaMelo Ball. He's on fire. He's feeling it. You mean to tell me you would only play him 15 minutes if you were coaching him? Be honest with me.
The thing is, what I'm gonna have to do first, before I even answer that question, honestly, what I need to do is I have to go watch that game from start to finish to see the flow of the game and what was actually going on. Because there was probably a lot more that played into his 15 minutes than just what y'all saying.
So you didn't watch the game?
He was out there cooking.
I saw the highlights. I saw the end score, and I saw the stat line.
Okay. Oh,
He
man.
cooking.
No, what I'm saying is,
even watch the game.
no, what I'm saying is, I'm probably gonna see something. I'm saying I know he had a good game. He played 15 minutes and had 13 points and it's like 6 rebounds, something like that. So he obviously was effective out there on the court. Only 2 turnovers. So he was effective out there. So I'm not saying he wasn't effective, but what I'm saying, I need to go see if I'm watching the game, I'm gonna be able to see, well, why was he pulled? Was there a matchup issue? What was going on out there where he's pulled him out? I don't know.
Hey, Lamont, let me answer this real quick. Let me answer this person. Lamont is a respected friend of mine, and he's
Most-
welcome to my channel anytime.
Most
I don't think that's channel hopping. I just think it's a brother being real,
right. He jumped on
giving
the
his
shit.
opinion.
Oh
This
man.
channel,
Don't do
we
that,
just
Lamont. Don't
all
worry
brothers.
about what other people say, man. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah,
these
yeah.
shines, man.
Don't
I'm
worry
putting
about
these-
them.
Yeah, how
Don't
you
worry
making
about
up?
them.
You making up YouTube like
Don't worry,
jumping on?
man.
That's a
Lamont,
new
don't even
thing
focus
now.
on them, bro. Don't even focus on that, bro.
Nah,
Don't
I
even
fuck with
focus on that.
DJs is a good dude, man. I'm
You
always
damn
come
right.
over here.
The way he talk, he keep the shit cordial. Can't nobody act crazy, and I love acting crazy. And bro, he got me on the chain. He got me leased up on the chain. I'm on the fence, like leaned up. I'm gonna run out, start biting niggas.
So hey, so you're not gonna start freestyling over here?
I swear to God, I want to right now, but I'm trying to chill. We talking basketball.
Hey, Laker for the win. I want to ask Mr. Jones because he was
Nigga,
doing
don't
the
ask me.
play-by-play.
Ask DJ, nigga.
Hey, yeah, Mr. Jones. When you watched the whole game, you even gave a play-by-play on Twitter.
Yeah.
When you watched LaMelo Ball, was it a reason for him to be on the bench?
There was only one glaring mistake when I watched it, and it was I think it was Theo Madelon. I can't pronounce his name correctly.
Madeline, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, basically LaMelo was guarding him, and like usual, he had one defensive lapse where he turned his head and Madelon did a backdoor. Outside of that one mistake, every other time he got subbed came directly after he either made a shot or did a nice assist. It wasn't after a defensive lapse. It wasn't after foul trouble. He will literally do a nice assist or bring the ball up or grab a rebound. Then he would just look over his shoulder and then run back out. It was like very confusing.
Man, Jordan is a hater. I'm gonna help you out.
Don't do that. We ain't doing that.
No, I'm doing it. Bruh.
But yeah, it was only
Ain't
one
nobody
glaring
gonna do
mistake
that.
out of that
Don't
whole
nobody
time.
got the power
Everything
to do
else
that.
was straight.
What he just said right there, man, the coach, man, is scared to make a move.
But here's
Jordan,
the thing,
man,
though.
come on, man.
But here's the Lakers for a win. But here's the thing. What haven't they say? What haven't they told him all the things with me and Lamont been saying to him, right? What haven't they said? Listen, this is like you said, this is the future. This is the plan we're gonna do. You're gonna come off the bench at first. So if you notice, he came off the bench in preseason. So it was all planned out. It was all planned out if you really think about it. He ain't starting that one preseason game. So
hey, True, you got some type of background noise going on.
I got
Sound like
background noise.
It sounds like
your
somebody
head.
washing clothes on one of
It
them
sounds like your
old
headphones,
boards.
like your microphone might be rubbing against like your shirt or something.
Yeah, there's background.
It's better now.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, let me see if I can. Yeah, but like, yeah, it's crazy because it's like he been. If you notice, like how they planned out this like the season, he was on the bench in preseason. So LaMelo was prepared for this to happen. So okay, I'm gonna be on the bench till Terry Rozier gets traded. It's like it is what it is. You know what I mean? At this point. But he, like you say, like, and the thing about the minutes thing, like, he could get more minutes. Like, even when Terry Rozier is still there, he could still get more minutes. It's only 2 games, you know what I mean? The trade deadline is only what's like it's. So I wouldn't panic right now. You know what I mean?
I'm just panicking about the coach. Get some good coaching in there. Cut the bullshit.
Hey, getting pulled in the second quarter for bench players. Bench players get pulled in the second quarter because all subs in the first and second quarter are scripted. I don't care if you're cooking or not. And there's only a few coaches in the league that will stray away from that plan because it's the assistants that call out the subs, not even the head coach. The head coach is really the game manager. He can override it sometimes, but he really doesn't.
Man, we need a better coach. I don't even want to say we, nigga. I ain't French. They need a better coach. Charlotte, nigga.
Yeah, they do. Y'all really think Borrego's gonna be there long term? Does anybody really believe that?
Nah, my question is, why is he there?
But you don't bring in your coach of the future until your roster's set and ready to be coached. They didn't bring in Mark Jackson until he had all the pieces to the puzzle sitting right there.
Mark Jackson.
I mean, I'm saying they didn't bring in Steve Kerr. They didn't bring in Steve Kerr until they was ready.
Steve Kerr is getting exposed right now.
How?
After
2 games?
We gotta wait and see though. We gotta wait and see though. We gotta wait and see later.
We gotta wait and see for what?
See, there you go. See, there's your overreaction after 2 games.
You give credit to Steve Kerr, but you didn't give credit to Mark Jackson.
No, give me a break.
I'm saying,
hold on,
Steve Kerr, man, they getting blown out by 40
Hold on,
points,
what?
Hold
on. I said Steve Kerr helped turn them into a championship team.
40.
No, you when we were talking about Mark Jackson building the team, you said, well, Mark Jackson didn't really develop anyone. Really, it
No,
was
y'all
assistant
said he
coaches.
made
I
players
watched
better.
Larry Brown
No, y'all said
coach.
he made players better, like he
I
trained them
watched
and
Larry
was shooting with them
Brown
in the
coach.
gym.
The
I
thing about
watched
Mark Jackson is it's hard to
Mark
really
Jackson
judge.
was a
Like
terrible offensive coach.
I watched
that's
Terrible.
Larry Brown coach.
Larry Brown was a
come on.
terrible offensive coach, which is why a lot of players didn't like him.
Mark Jackson wasn't a terrible coach, and he wasn't.
Yes, he
Man,
was.
cut
He
it
was
out.
terrible
Steve
offensively.
Kerr.
He was the one
Steve
that
Kerr
turned the
is a
organization
terrible
around.
coach.
Everyone knows Mark Jackson got fired because of his religious beliefs and some of the crazy things he was saying in the locker room.
That's not why. A lot of the players didn't like the offense that they was running because he was letting Steph run
So
wild.
it's a mixture. When you have a mixture of them both, that's why you don't got a job now. What you just said, a mixture of both, because his offense. Because
That's
if he
not
was
true.
if,
Mark Jackson got a job offer this summer and nobody even knows about it. Mark Jackson got off. The
I
Atlanta
didn't know
wanted to
that.
get rid of what's his name and bring in Mark Jackson. He turned it down. He's getting offers. He's
So,
just trying
Lamont, what
to
about
How
handpick
much
what he
money he make
wants.
on ESPN? How much ESPN make? Damn, he making money on ESPN.
But a lot of people don't know Mark he's had like 2 or 3 job offers that he's turned down. And he just ain't gotten reported or just made a big deal about. Let's
Lamont?
not act like he's getting blackballed. Go ahead, DJ. My bad.
Yeah, it's okay. We get that point, but there were reports, accurate reports, that we all know that the Golden State Warriors have a lot of LGBT connections, and
Oh shit!
you could
There it
be.
is.
I mean, you could be
It's
whoever you are. I
everywhere.
mean, I don't care
There it
what you do;
is.
that's your business. But they were really mad about Mark Jackson's holier than thou Christian practices.
Flat
They didn't
line.
like that he used holy water in his prayers. They didn't like. They were testing Mark Jackson. They would be like,
Damn, he
"What
on
you think
some
about
real
that?"
shit.
Yeah,
DJ on
right.
some real shit right now.
And
Go ahead, spit that
Mark
shit.
Jackson would be like, he a Christian.
Real life.
And you can't blame him. It's the same thing if you're a Muslim.
Right.
You can believe in their movement, but that's when the tide has turned. Now, the offensive plays, that's somewhat true because Draymond was the one complaining about that. But Steph and Clay have always had respect for Mark
For
Jackson.
Mark Jackson, like, what's
Great
up,
coach.
man?
No, they respect him. They respect him. I mean, they respect Mark
They
Jackson,
respected
but they
him.
don't.
Hey,
Man,
Don't
because
mean you
he
got
was
like
a
it. Don't mean you got
guard.
Man, I
like the
don't know, man.
offense.
Man,
hold on,
we
hold
know
on, hold
damn
on, hold
well
on.
they ran it.
Like where y'all sources
DJ,
at, man?
DJ,
I don't
that
want to hear
religious,
about no
Yes, sir.
that the religious
damn
aspect of it
Draymond Green.
is, again, I think that's on a team by team basis because Robert Sarver would because Robert, like, if y'all don't know, the owner, like, over the summer he has a full like practice facility at his house and all the players would go there after practice. Everybody would get in a circle, hold hands, and then they did a prayer circle at the end of everything. That's facts. So again, it's team by team. So if the Phoenix Suns, if they have a community over there where they don't want it to be that religious oriented, that usually stems from ownership down, right? If that's not across the entire NBA because Monty is a really religious coach. It's one of the reasons why he got hired. If y'all don't know Monty, he's really a spiritual brother. He's really into that. So it's a team by team. It's team by team. So I don't want to get into what's going on with
Right.
Golden State. It's different. They might have a different culture, but I would say, and I tell this people all the time. I tell this all the time. What we hear reported in the media is usually 5% of what actually is going on.
But
There's a lot of things that's going on with Mark Jackson that we probably don't know about. That if you were there in the locker room,
I ain't hearing that. I ain't buying
you
that.
can say
Hey
that.
DJ,
You can say
I got a question for DJ.
Yeah, what's up?
DJ, do you remember when everybody in Golden State had them "We Believe" T-shirts and all that?
Oh yeah, 07.
And they was murdering everybody. And
Mhm.
Mark Jackson was the coach.
Facts.
And then the next year, who they
Wait a
bring
minute,
in?
wait a minute. Mark Jackson was
Oh, 07.
It wasn't 07. I know what
Bruh,
season you're
Mark
talking
Jackson was there when they had them "We Believe" shirts.
No, he was not.
No, he was not.
Man, bro,
Brother,
y'all
I
just
got
about. Nah, he
you.
wasn't there with the We
bruh.
Believe.
No, he was
That's
But I
when
know what
not.
that's
season
when
you're
that's
talking
when that's when
That
nobody
was Don
believed they was
Nelson.
gonna
Don
win.
Nelson coached the
That was
2000.
Don Nelson, man.
We believe. I remember that. Don Nelson is one of my favorite coaches. His offensive system and spacing.
You
So,
gotta do your
so he was
homework, man.
hold on. So he was there before Mark Jackson.
Yes, that was Don
Oh,
Nelson.
Yeah.
so Don Nelson put it together. Then Mark Jackson came
Yo,
in,
you got to
and
chill
then
out.
they kicked Mark Jackson and brought Steve Kerr in. So it's Don
Nah,
Nelson. That's the
nah,
nigga that need to have a job. Okay, man,
nah,
I was wrong,
nah.
nigga. I was
Hey,
wrong.
yo,
Okay.
hey, yo.
Hey, Laker for the win. I gotta say this. You a cool dude, man.
Man, I swear to God, I could share ice cubes, nigga.
Golden State Warriors had a dark period after Don Nelson left, and then when Mark Jackson came in, he
He
had
started
the
turning around.
All that we believe was with Steve Jackson.
Steven Jackson was on that team.
Oh, that was that team. Oh, okay. That was that team. Yeah, in my brain, I'm thinking it was Mark Jackson doing all that shit, building the culture up, but it was Don Nelson.
You got nothing to be embarrassed about, man. Sometimes I hit that.
Nigga, I swear to God, I ain't embarrassed.
I'll be thinking of
If
other.
I don't know, nigga. I don't know everything, nigga. I want to learn. I'm trying to learn.
man.
Who replaced Don Nelson? Was it who
Mark
replaced
Jackson.
Don? No, it wasn't. It was
God
Keith.
damn.
What's the
There
dude
was
name?
somebody before him.
Nah, what's the dude name?
They was trash again before Mark Jackson got there.
It was
That's
like
what-
Keith Smart. What's the
They was
dude
running
name?
around with
Keith
Monte
Smart.
Ellis.
It was like dude Keith Smart. The only reason I know because like I used to be a big fan of Monte Ellis. What's the dude Keith Smart? That's his name. He was a coach. Yeah, that was his name. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah,
All I know
Keith
is
Smart.
when Mark Jackson was coaching that team, them niggas was doing something. The year before they won a championship, and Mark Jackson left, and the next year they won a championship.
Hey,
But if Mark Jackson would have been there that year, they would have won.
Hey, Doug Collins got the Bulls to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then they brought in
about
Phil
that.
Jackson. What Phil Jackson do?
They don't talk about that. They don't be like Doug. They never say Doug Collins got robbed. They never say Doug Collins got robbed.
So coaching do matter. The new coach can.
Man, that coaching don't matter. They bring in somebody that's just a little bit more appealing. They ain't bring
Hey, y'all, let's
Phil
get back to the
Jackson,
topic,
nigga.
man. You know,
Okay, let's get back. But I don't like that Phil
let me
Jackson
read this
talk.
real quick.
Phil Jackson ain't won nothing without like 2 or 3 good stars. Never.
Ain't nobody won without 2 or 3 good stars.
Who? Which? Whoa. Whoa.
That's fact.
Oh, crazy.
Whoa.
Hold on, DJ. Tell me one team that's won a champ other than Dirk, maybe. Tell me a team that's won a championship.
Nobody.
But they had start. They still had start. They had good players.
You said 2 or 3. Said 2 or 3.
Yeah.
All right, let me answer this question. We'll stick to the topic with LaMelo.
Okay, let's get
So
back.
what's the question again?
I said, other than Dirk in NBA history, name another team that won a championship without 2 or 3 stars.
I can name one right now.
Olajuwon.
Yeah, Drexler.
Detroit Pistons.
First year, he did not have Drexler.
Yeah,
The Detroit Pistons when they beat LA.
He only had Drexler one time in that.
I don't want to hear Drexler wasn't watched. He was damn near putting up 20 a game.
He was a good player.
Detroit Pistons when they
Bro,
didn't have
that
LA.
wasn't the same Drexler. Come on.
He was
94,
averaging 20 a game.
All-star. He was all-star that year.
What about
93,
the Detroit
94
Pistons when they
Yeah,
beat LA? When they beat LA.
You had Chauncey Billups and Ben Wallace.
Detroit
They were
Pistons.
stars.
Man, cut that out.
Nah, man, come on.
Hold on. Making the All-Star game does not make you a star in the league. You can be a star in the league without making an All-Star game.
They
were stars.
Was not stars.
They were not stars, though, bro.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
Cut it out.
Yes, they were.
2 Hall of Famers on one team. They had 2 Hall of Famers on one team.
Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Ben Wallace,
Chauncey
Billups.
Names, nigga. Tayshaun Prince was a star. Oh my God.
Hold on, you saying he wasn't?
God, I want some of that shit.
Man, y'all know Tayshaun Prince wasn't a star, man.
Y'all is tripping, man.
Tayshaun Prince was a star.
Yes.
He was a star because he beat them niggas.
At that time, he was a star in the league. Yes, he became a star.
But after he beat them.
Man, I heard it all tonight, man.
He said Tayshaun Prince was a star.
You don't beat the Lakers.
They beat the Lakers because of the fighting that was going on amongst
let me read the question.
Someone had a question saying LaMelo, not a question, but a statement. This person says LaMelo's gonna win Rookie of the Year, no cap. I had to say no. He's not. He's not.
James Wiseman. I think it'll be James Wiseman.
James Wiseman or Anthony.
He's not in the best position.
Yeah, he's not in the greatest.
James Wiseman ain't gonna do it. They only gonna win like 2 games.
Man, listen, James Wiseman still, even though you could say he's scoring against second stringers, whatever, he's still productive.
Bruh. They just
He's
lost
still
about
showing
40
his game.
points.
Because we get
They
minutes.
just lost about 40 points.
Hey, you can still come on rookie
I'll
of the
say
year.
this though: if
Kareem
LaMelo
won
would have
MVP by
30
making the
minutes,
playoffs.
he would have won that rookie of the year easily.
If who?
If LaMelo would have played 30 minutes, he would have won rookie of the year easily. But the same
Easily.
would be said about Anthony Edwards.
Hold on, you said LaMelo?
Yeah, if he played 30 minutes, he could win rookie of the year, but he's not.
Hold on, it's only 2 games. He's gonna be playing by the end of the season. He's gonna be playing 30 minutes.
Still could be
30 minutes a game.
Hey, DJ.
What's up?
Damn, I almost started saying the Lil Wayne song when I said DJ. Go DJ. I swear to God, I'm about to start singing that shit. Hey DJ, check this out. Can everybody? It's only 6 of us in the panel right now. Can everybody name their first through 10? And I'm saying 10 because of the play-in. First 1 through 10 on the East Coast, starting with you.
Who, me?
Yeah. 1 through 10.
Number 1, I gotta have the Nets. Number 2, Celtics. Number 3, the 76ers. Number 4, Bucks. Number 5.
It's gonna get difficult.
Pacers. Number 6, Miami Heat. Number 7, Orlando Magic. Number 8, the Atlanta Hawks.
Yep, that's about right. That's about right.
I got Brooklyn Nets. I got the Celtics.
That's 2.
I got the Sixers.
3.
The Bucks.
What?
Pacers. Miami. Hawks, Wizards.
The Wizards.
Okay. I would say. Oh, you
God damn, nigga. I'm pretty sure my fucking picture third, nigga.
No, hey, go ahead.
Hey, Lakers for the win, man. I gotta say,
damn.
You're always welcome to this channel, man. But you gotta hold the N words. They gonna flag my stuff.
My bad. My
It's
bad.
all love, brother.
I hate it though. I can't stop myself. I'll try to. I swear to God, I be trying. Be calling me, man. It just be calling me.
Yeah, but what you gonna say, FYF?
I was just gonna say Brooklyn 1. I got the Bucks 2. I got the Philadelphia 76ers 3, Celtics 4, Miami Heat 5. I'm gonna go with the Raptors at 6.
Damn.
The Raptors. I don't like
I'm gonna go with the Wizards at 7, the Hawks at 8. And if you had to go 9 and 10,
9 and 10, yeah, because it's playing.
And if I got to go 9 and 10, just kind of based on what I've seen so far, I got to put Orlando at 9, and then I'm gonna go out on a limb just based on how they've been playing, and they kind of deserve it at least right now. But I'm gonna put the Cavs at 10 because they've been playing good. They've been playing good. I ain't gonna lie.
Colin Sexton got his IQ up, man.
Hey, I'm going last because I keep hearing names that I forgot about. So somebody else go next.
I definitely forgot about the Raptors. I disrespected the shit out of the Raptors.
Go ahead, go King.
Mr. Jones?
Go ahead, King. Oh, Mr. Jones.
My list is kind of similar to FYI. I got the Nets number 1. As a Celtic fan, I still got them behind the Bucks because I'm still waiting for them to work out. So Bucks at 2, Celtics at 3. Miami Heat at 4. I got the Raptors at 5. Haven't watched any Pacer games, so I'm a little groggy on the Pacers. I think Orlando has a better chance than Pacers, so I'm gonna put Orlando at 6. 7. I put the Pacers at 7. You know what? And I kind of messed up, but since I don't like them, I'll put Philly at 8.
Damn, god damn. Them
I'm
niggas,
like
them
you.
niggas
I'm a
at the
Celtics fan.
bottom.
I got
Hey
to
yo, I'm a
round
Right,
out.
Celtics
they
fan.
at
I'm a
the
Celtics fan
bottom.
too, and I respect that.
Not
I ain't
real
gonna hold
life.
you.
I dig it. You
I
don't know
respect
how
that,
you don't
man.
know
I
what's
know
gonna
that's
happen.
messed up, but
You
it
don't,
is
but
what
no,
it
it's
is.
not messed up. You don't know how that's gonna play
I
out.
respect it though. I'm a Celtics fan. I
Ben Simmons
respect
got
it.
to show me something.
Hey King,
Yeah,
go
Oh
ahead.
my God, what is y'all talking about?
But hold up, you gotta
that,
respect what people saying,
We
man.
be stinking. Celtics be
Go ahead,
stinking
King.
Philly, so I don't got no respect for
Hmm?
King, you going next?
Revolution Radio.
Bro, I'm be real. I don't even know. Go ahead, looking for life.
God damn. Okay. Okay. Number one, everybody shut up when I say this. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
The
Bucks number
Hawks.
one, nigga.
That's good. That's solid. I'll take it.
Cause you gotta, everybody gotta. I don't. When Giannis jump on AD, it's some problems gonna start. That's where the problem gonna start at. So Bucks
No.
number one, and I know somebody on the Nets gonna get hurt. Either one of them niggas gonna get hurt because everybody get hurt every year. Between one of them two niggas don't finish the season out for the last 10 years. So the Nets gonna fall to 3. I'm putting Boston at 2.
I respect that.
I'm putting the Nets at 3.
That's cap.
That's cap. Hold up. Let's stop right there. Stop, hold, freeze, nigga. What you mean that's cap? Let's talk about that right now.
The
Let's talk.
Love
Celtics at
finish,
two.
love finish, love
No, I
finish,
no,
love finish.
nigga. The Celtics at 2.
That's cap.
I respect it, man. I
Brooklyn
even know
at
what you're talking
3.
about.
Brooklyn at 3. Cause one of them gonna get hurt this year. Every year it happens.
Who's your 4?
Miami. 5. This is where it get dicey. Okay. God damn, it get dicey right here. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna go with Philly at 5. Then I'm gonna go with Indiana. Nah, hell no. I ain't going Indiana. I'm going Atlanta at 6. Cause Rondo gonna make some shit happen. He got some shit over there. I gotta quit cussing. He got some stuff over there. Rondo got some stuff over there. And then I'm going Orlando. Then I'm
Rondo ain't
going.
even been doing nothing.
I know, but every year, bro, when I watch Orlando, when they play in one of my teams, somehow it always come down to like the last 2-3 minutes. I don't know how, but Orlando be shaking up some stuff.
I said Rondo. I said Rondo's been a DMP. He ain't even been playing.
That
Got
court
to.
case,
They
any
gonna
getting
save
sued,
him. They gonna save.
any
They gonna wait.
any getting sued or something like that.
Oh yeah, his girl was beating up somebody.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
why he
Yeah,
a DMP.
his girl jumped on somebody, and they got that shit all on film, and it's like they just chilling out right now.
So you said
Okay,
you said 8 was you said 6. You said Orlando was 7.
Orlando 7, the 8 seed. I'm about to say Charlotte. I want to say Charlotte bad as hell, but I know better. I'm gonna go with Indiana.
That's solid.
I'm gonna go with Indiana
Yo,
at
I ain't
8.
gonna hold you.
I'm gonna go with Indiana at 8. Then I'm gonna have that 9 and 10. I'm gonna go Cleveland and Charlotte for that playing spot.
Yo, we disrespected the Raptors. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you.
Man, I don't give a damn, nigga. I know how much
I
they
ain't gonna
lost. I know how much they lost.
Never underestimate the Raptors. But
I ain't gonna
Okay.
hold you though.
Man,
Or
I
the
ain't
Pacers.
trying to talk about no
Hey,
damn Canada tonight, nigga.
Hey, don't the Raptors and the Pacers always find a way to be in the mix?
Nah,
Yep.
the reason why the Raptors dangerous because Nick Nurse is a top 5, top 3 coach in the NBA.
Hold on, say that one
Like
more time.
what? Nick Nurse top 5, top 3 coach in the
But we
NBA.
was just talking about culture earlier. You didn't want to acknowledge what I was saying.
Nobody. What do you mean nobody not?
So if
You
we talking
saying?
about coaches, I just throw the Knicks in there.
Don't do
What?
that, man. Don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
know. That's why I
You're
did
reaching.
it.
You're
So
reaching.
stop
You're
talking
reaching.
about coaches.
You're reaching, man.
So
You're
stop
reaching.
talking about coaches.
Yeah,
Listen,
but
Tom
Tom
Thibodeau
Thibodeau can't fix a
not.
whole organization. He
Yeah,
can't fix
and
that.
he
That's
not
too much.
better, and he
Bruh.
nowhere near. He nowhere near
The
the level of Nick
Raptors
Nurse.
lost way too much this year. If
It's
y'all
still
gonna
not the
put,
Knicks
if
or the
y'all gonna
Bulls.
put
Listen, I'm
all
gonna tell
that
you
on
this.
Van Vliet
I'm
The
gonna
and
Bulls look
Lowry,
like they trash. I could probably put
listen.
together a team and beat the Bulls.
But Lakers for the win. Let me tell you something about Nick Nurse. They were supposed to get swept last year in the playoffs, and he coached them with game planning the 7 games.
man, coaching is everything. That's what I was saying earlier. Coaching
Yeah,
is everything.
No,
You
you
gotta
did. You just said coaching didn't matter.
no.
you
I
did
said
say that.
he said that when I was
No,
talking about Mark Jackson.
You did. You said that.
Whoa,
You said
boy,
that.
y'all better be glad we
Rewind the
can
tape.
rewind it right now.
Rewind the tape.
Bruh,
But
no, I said you said coaching wasn't nothing. You blew it off.
no,
Mark
he
Jackson
did.
is a
I
good
never
coach.
said. No, there's no platform you would
Mark
ever hear me say
Jackson
that.
is one of the
There's
best
no
coaches that's
platform on
not
YouTube.
coaching right now.
Oh man.
Man,
Mark
y'all.
Jackson should have a coaching job. I don't want to hear about
He
no
turned
damn
it down.
Steve. I don't want to
He
hear about
probably
no
turned it
Steve.
down.
I don't want to hear about no Steve Nash, nigga. Oh, God damn it. I don't want to hear about no. I hate that word. Hey, DJ, I'm trying. I swear to God, I'm trying. I don't want to hear about no Steve Nash. It's coaches that's been putting work in that should have had that job.
Mark Jackson turned the job down. I didn't know that.
Man, I would have turned that job down too.
You
You
can't
ain't
promote
sitting
work.
me
Beggars
down
can't be
there.
choosers in NBA.
Man, he
It's
ain't
only
no
30.
beggar.
It's only 30 jobs.
He on ESPN, bro. He got a job.
I'm talking about NBA jobs. Beggars can't be choosers. That'd have been like
Like
me.
he,
That'd have been like
like
me.
he
I don't
want.
want to be. I would say I don't want to be a scout. I want to be a first assistant. Get your ass up out of here. Then that's what they would have told me.
Hey guys, man, I'm about to end the
Real life.
chat, man. But
Damn, he finna cut it down. He finna shut it down.
I gotta get some sleep, brother, man.
You supposed to. You ain't no damn vampire.
Man, I got a life, brother. I gotta
Real
work.
life. I know, man.
You
And
know,
we
like
love, bruh. You the only person that I'm not jumping on no other chats but this. I don't want to talk to nobody. Bro, this is so elegant. It was
Oh,
so.
you ain't coming back to FYF Sports?
Hold up, man. Shut up, nigga.
Hey.
You know I'm coming up. Oh, goddamn. Why y'all be setting me up.
Hey,
Y'all be trying to set me
this
up.
dude is
Y'all be trying
hilarious.
to set me up.
YouTube,
Y'all be trying to set me up.
No, you
Y'all be
said it
setting me.
though. That's
Y'all be trying to set me up. You know
Hey.
damn well I got you on there, bruh. Cut it out. You know I do. You know why?
Like
and I'm gonna tell you why I do. Because you put Elder in the Hall of Fame. That's why I like you, nigga. God damn it. God damn it.
but that was incredible, though.
I gotta put the bottle down, nigga.
But shout out to
Man,
Revolution
hold up.
Radio.
Look, bro, I'm not
Shout
saying
out
that
to
word no more. Get the shout outs,
Mr.
man.
Jones. Shout out to Lakers for winning True the King. FIS Sports Debate. Subscribe to his channel. The brother has amazing content, and you can see
Appreciate it.
he
That's DJ.
talk with the best, man. He's
That's
a smart
DJ.
brother. No matter if we agree or disagree, it's all a brotherhood. I want all brothers and sisters doing well in life. All praise to the Most High. Peace and love to all of you.
Damn, that's
Peace,
that
brother.
was some good.